Good morning. Welcome to live shopping. Now we've got brand new products for you this morning. How beautiful is this? Imagine that in your home with a lovely lighting. You could even add a light shade on there if you wanted, couldn't you? Make it into a lamp. But how beautiful is that? We've got everything that you need to be able to make that in the comfort of your own craft room. Right, let's put the lights on. Now, lovely. Black lights. What are you seeing it? Black light.
My goodness. I preferred it like that. It was nice. Quite relaxing.
So, welcome to live shopping. We've got our fabulous David with us for a 2-hour makeover Monday, which is excellent. I love doing these shows because I learn so much. We've got Becky on cameras today. Give us a wave, Becky. We've got Lauren producing with an assistant. Or Sophie's learning how to produce. I'll tell you now, she'll pick it up 10 times faster than I did. I'm like, where's that button? What do I press now? Rubbish. And we've also got somebody on comments. Who's on comments?
Good question.
Good question. We'll find out who's on comments as well. But it's Hannah. So it's lovely to have your company on this Monday morning. And we have, as I've just said, lots and lots of new products. So how do you watch us? And how do you shop? You can watch us on YouTube, you can watch us on Facebook and on our website. So you can watch us on the big telly on YouTube and then shop on your device. So you can also shop on Facebook and the website. And it's super easy to shop. So for example, this brand new product that we're bringing you today has a code BUNDLE. So if you want to buy this, all you're going to do is type shop bundle into the comments underneath the video, which means that you never miss a second of all that fabulous education that David brings you, which is super, super, I love it. I love the fact that you're not going away to shop. Then you're going to get a message to your social media inbox, and within that message there will be a link. You need to check out by 8 p.m. So when you're ready to check out, you're going to click on that link and that's going to take you to your basket on our website. Then log in. Okay, so make sure that you've got an account with us here at Highlight Crafts. Log in and then you get to check out, pay for your goodies, and then they'll be on the way. And more often than not, if you place an order before 1 p.m, more often than not, our warehouse team get it out next day. We don't
It's most likely,
promise that,
yeah.
But most likely, you know what we're like, our
good.
customer service, and our warehouse team are fabulous.
They are.
Right, so shall we introduce them, David, to this first product? Well, you've seen it before, but in regular, not in this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like.
So the first time ever seen not only this bundle, but the brand new black Resincast medium. Of course, with the Resincast being the initial white tone, you can add paints into it, but you're never able to get a true black because, of course, it would always be grey because you can't add that much paint to break down the composition of the medium. So, Creative formulated a black version, which is incredible. It's jet black, okay? So the pigment, the way that you work with it, exactly the same. Of course, I'm wearing gloves at the moment. That's optional. We do suggest doing so because, of course, if you're doing quite a few projects, might get on your hands. But with this, it's great for grouting. It's great, when I say grouting, mosaics, mosaic tiles, lampshades, coasters, frames, all round interiors. Now, this here, and I know we're only in 20 days into the year, this is my favourite product of the year, and I think it's going to stand through the year as well. And do you know what? It's my favourite creative product. The Resincast is fabulous. This and the candle wax, for me, it's an absolute game changer. When we were introduced to the white one, it was brilliant. It meant that we could do resin projects during a show. We could actually pour and demold during the hour because, of course, it's so quick. So we're going to do that during this show. You don't need to wait overnight. You don't need special equipment. You just need a tap because it's all water-based.
Imagine that with a candle wax in it. Oh, imagine that as a candle.
This is a candle. Do you know what? I've been obsessed. Last night I was mosaicing, Saturday I was mosaicing, Friday night I was... I'm starting to think, I could do my dining table top. I could do plates, decorative elements, but I started off with a hurricane lantern. You can see here as a project, which is just got a bulb in it at the moment. Okay, it's just turned it into a lamp. But this here for you is and anyone can do this. It's so easy, it's so achievable, whether you have or haven't. I hadn't ever mosaiced before in this format. I'd done it with mirrors, and I'd done it with little bits of mirror and tiles that I'd bought pre-cut. This is proper natural mosaic. So inside your bundle here, you can see straight away a true variety of brand new products. You have got your mosaic glass, okay? 2 kilos of it.
I know, that's a lot.
There is a lot in here. The 800 gram bag of Resincast, which again is water-based, and the sanding blocks. This here is all together for you, never seen before. So if you're joining us this morning, hello, good morning to you. This is the first time you've seen it, completely brand new. Are you okay, my love?
I'm so sorry, I got this tickle now. I might need to just go out and have a proper cough.
You
10%.
Oh, okay.
We're back in 1
Do you
minute.
want to go out?
Yeah,
Mel's going outside for a tickle, not a tickle, a cough. She's got a tickly cough. But of course, this for you then takes it into your homewares. It takes it into your giftables. It allows you to then really expand your creativity, not just for everybody else, but for yourself as well. So if you're thinking about your coasters, as shared before, of course, your resin cast molds, so your coaster shapes, your candle molds, you can use it in there. So I'm going to share with you in a few moments a really quick demonstration, really going into the detail of how you can use this before we go into all of our amazing products on today's show. These here are your coasters. So I've got the actual set of 4 here. So you've got your circle, square, oval, and of course your hexagon. It's so easy to set them into the bottom, pour your resin cast over the top, sand back the reveal, and you can demold within 40 minutes to an hour. It's that great. Mel's here. There we go. She's back. It's honestly so fast. So it means you can do coasters all day long, projects all day long, and not have to come back to it at the end of the week to do your next step.
Which is fabulous. So you're getting, it's shop bundle. You're getting your black resin cast, 800 grams. You're getting 2 kilograms, so that's equivalent to 2 bags of sugar.
Oh yeah, it's weighty.
Absolutely. In Mosaic's assorted colours and 4 sanding blocks for $44.99 on a brand new product. You've got a $12.98 saving. That's amazing, isn't it?
It's incredible.
I love that, and I think this is something that going forward more and more people are going to get into, because you can buy really inexpensive glass vases now, can't you?
This one here was £2.
I watched you doing it
the
other day with a hot glue gun, and he was like whizzing around. I don't think you've ever crafted as fast, have you?
Right, okay, being complete, honestly, I think it was the most speedy craft project I've ever did. This entire project took me an hour. It took me an hour to do this, and I did really work proper fast. There was like glue gun, it didn't have to take that long. I needed to get it done quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
But also, it was great because I learned a lot through doing that. On top of the education I'd already been really researching from creative. It learned me the drying times, the way to handle the medium to get the best use out of it, and also to get the best results, and the easiest and slickest way of actually sharing it with you. So that was a fabulous project, and I do it all the time. I get something, before I want to make the little thing, I want to make the big project. So I want to make a lantern before I make a coaster.
Right.
So I sort of worked my way backwards, but it was a great way to do so because I learned a lot while doing it, and it meant I can share more with you during the show as well.
And absolutely, and what's lovely about that is because it's new to David, you're going on the journey together.
Absolutely.
So you're only one little step up, aren't you?
Absolutely.
Because he's used it, but then he can give you all the hints and tips of the what to do's and what not to do's, which is really important. So that shop bundle, we haven't got massive stocks of this, but if you want it, pop it in your basket. We're here for 2 hours. And there's one more tool that we want to show you before we go into demo. So we're going to do a demo of this from start to finish, not the whole vase. Otherwise, we'll be here till 3 weeks next Friday, won't we?
Well.
But showing you how to use the product. And David's going to give you lots of hints and tips. So Shop Bundle gets it into your basket for you. Right, David, let's go over to this tool.
Shimmy on down.
So our next one is... Now I've got to find, I've sorted all my cards out, all nice and neatly, and now I can't find them. So you carry on showing this while I get my cards ready.
This here for you is your Mosaic glass cutter. Now we had to have one of these to share with you, and I'm so glad the team were able to source one and get you one, and not only the perfect size, the best price possible. Very competitive price there within, of course, the industry. This here is your Mosaic glass cutter. It comes with a spring. Of course, it sits between the handles, so it's spring loaded, so you're not going to be, of course, being strenuous with your hands. It pops back into shape. You've got your 2 metal discs, of course, that run parallel and symmetrical to one another. The center here isn't sharp enough to, of course, cut your hands, but when you're actually going into glass, the pressure that, of course, is accumulated and built up from the length of the handles means you can put your glass straight into here and you trim it.
That's clever.
As easy as that. It's easier to cut glass than it is paper with these. It's honestly fabulous.
Amazing.
So
Can I have a go?
Of course you can. So what you want to do is always hold one piece in your hand. Make sure your hands, of course, are clear from the opening, and tilt it so that this is facing down into the box, or, of course, another box so it doesn't fly across the room.
Okay.
Okay, there you are.
Let's have a look. See how easy it is to do with old hands. All right.
Jump it down.
No, seriously. You do notice a difference.
So you face it so you cut off, so you hold this side and that side's facing down into the box. So you want to hold that side, so yeah, there we go.
Oh yeah, that's easy.
Super easy.
Yeah, that's easy.
So that means you can make petals, you can do, of course, your lettering.
Yeah.
You then really tailor the tiles to be whatever shape and size you want.
I'm going to say it's the kind of pressure that you use with a crocodile. So
Okay.
you know when you're doing a crocodile through a thick piece of board, it's that kind of feeling. You're not having to prise it together. It's gentle, actually, on your hands.
I find it really easy to cut.
If you want this tool, and you know what, the right tool for the right job will
Yes.
make it easy and it'll make it more enjoyable. It's shot glass. It's $39.99 for the tool. So for under £80 today,
Yeah.
you get everything that you need to start a brand new craft. 10% of the tool is now in people's baskets as well. Congratulations, because I think you're going to love this journey.
Yeah.
Whether it's small pieces for gifts, whether it's for your own home, whether it's to make and sell. It's entirely up to you, but it's something different.
I think that's what it
isn't it?
is. And the moment I really started crafting with this, I instantly knew this is for me. This is the thing that's going to take me through. Because, of course, we get introduced to so many different crafts. The pool of craft is massive, whether you're in paper craft, mixed media, whether it's paper mache, whether it's construction, digital crafting. There's so much, but this is one where you can quite literally lose yourself, have fun in the process, and create, whether even if it's going to be a number plaque for your front door, maybe it's going to be one for every member of the family, maybe you're going to do charms to go in the garden that catch the sunlight and put wonderful glass colours through the sun. It's tremendous.
And everyone you do is going to be different.
Yeah,
and unique,
no two are the same.
Which is fabulous. Right, we're going to get into a demo for you. We're going to do it from start to finish. So you get to see how the resin cast is mixed, how we cut the tiles, how we apply it, all of that kind of stuff, which is really cool. We do have lots of jars, and we have the spatulas and canvases. We've got marble spray. We've got little frames with spreaders.
That's brand new.
We've got varnish. We've got all sorts on the show for you. But because we've got 2 hours, we thought what we'd do is show you exactly how to use it, first of all, and then you know whether it's for you. Okay?
Exactly. This is it. Super exciting. As well, just to mention, we're talking about glass.
Yes.
It's all blunt inside this,
Yes.
okay? It's all blunt. So a sea glass is tumbled.
Yeah.
Okay, so of course, whether these are all from recycle, so bottles,
Lovely.
homeware, other glass objects, it's all tumbled, so it's super, super soft. I'm wearing gloves, of course, while handling it.
Okay, so Lulu, all of Lulu with us, did you a massive favour, didn't she?
She did.
And she sorted all of these out into different colours. And I would suggest, would you suggest doing the same?
100%, okay?
It made it such,
the reason
so
why
much
that
quicker,
lantern was a quick project was because these were organised by the lovely Lou. Now, colour coding them all not only means that your projects you can then stylize. So I've got all my greens in one pouch here, all of those. But I've put them in cellar bags, but do you know what's better? Jars.
We've got 4 of these on the show. Let me find your...
Let me put some inside this one.
Let me find your
There we
code
go.
for those, because it's worth getting those, I think.
Oh,
so,
absolutely.
Shop jar. You're going to get 4 glass jars with the black lids for $8.99. And look how lovely. They're going to look really pretty on your shelf in your craft room as well, aren't they?
Oh my goodness, you need one for every colour. One for your reds, blues, your purples, the blacks, of course the
Obsessed.
whites and neutrals. That there keeps all of your glass colours together. I think just those on the shelf for me is the most satisfying thing ever. It's brilliant. So get hold of those. But also we did bring these in because they are heat proof, so they're designed to make candles out of too.
Perfect. And that's
Okay.
great. And you're wearing gloves just so you don't get messy hands, right?
Well, yeah, for one fact is that I'm going to be using the Resincast, and if not, I'll probably sort of getting it everywhere. But it's not messy. It really isn't. A lot of the time, I didn't have gloves when I used it at home.
and it's not chemically.
I didn't even cover my dining table. No, it's not. It's water-based.
is fab.
I always use gloves when I'm doing generally mixed media shows because I'll be dipping in and out of different mediums. But I'm going to show you as well that parts of the process you may want gloves for, especially when you're doing a bit of grouting.
Okay,
But
lovely.
your initial mix, you don't really get anything on you.
Okay, just before we jump in, Shop Black will get you the Resincast 800 grams by itself, $29.99. Right, now then, this is where your saving comes in. So bar a penny, you're paying £30 for that. You're paying 45 bar a penny for the bundle that has this in, the 2 kilograms of Mosaic, and your 4 sanding blocks. So if you can put another £15 into the bundle, you're going to get everything, which is great. Then you just need to add in the tool. But your Resincast, your 2 kilograms of Mosaic tiles, which is a lot.
Yes.
I mean, it's a lot. And also, you know, it's just an opportunity to try something new.
It's so fun. I mean, look at that. It's like the most blissful haven.
It's lovely, isn't it?
And you know what? Of course, we're treating this for Mosaic. You could use it for all sorts. You could even put some in the garden as well if you wanted to, in the tops of your planters.
Yeah.
It is wonderful to have all of these wonderful, natural-shaped glass elements.
Mosaic, your terracotta pots.
Oh, your terracotta.
Aquastone varnish over the top. in your garden, how stunning would that look? So maybe you know somebody that loves their garden and you buy them a plant. Rather than just buying them a regular plant in a pot, mosaic it. I mean, it's just lovely.
Yeah.
And actually, if you do make and sell and you do things like plant pots, put plants in them on your stand.
Yeah.
So people can see what they're going to look like. You know, let them see what it's going to look like in their home.
Yeah, once you realise, and this is always the case for me, and of course we're all savvy shoppers, we all like to shop around. When I see something and see it being used in the way I would want to use it, instantly I go, I can see that in my house.
Right.
And that makes the difference, and everyone has a place for this in their home.
Yes, lovely.
So what I'm going to do is there's many different ways you can do this, but the quickest way to get it really started for you is I've got a mixture, okay? So I'm not using my colour coded, I've just got a mixture of these. I'm going to put them into my mould, and you want to start spacing them out. So of course, if there's certain areas where you want to make a perfect shape, that's where you can then get your glass cutter out. So say I was looking at this one and I wanted it to be a perfect right angle, I would take it into my glass cutter, have a look at it and start to create those angles so it would fit perfectly in the corner like this.
Great.
So that there is how key and fundamental this tool is within your mosaic work.
Absolutely. And if you want the tool at shop glass, it's $39.99.
That's an incredible price for a tool like that.
Yeah, so less than £100 today for your tool and or your bundle.
It never
Gets
ever
you a new...
doesn't need sharpening.
No.
Never needs, of course, that tapering up. It works on pressure. It's like your die cutting machine.
So it's a one-off purchase.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lovely.
You should never need to invest in an additional one ever for your mosaicing. Okay.
Perfect.
It does also work on thick plastic, I found, so acrylic. So if you're doing your acrylic tiles, it will also work with that.
Oh, that was exciting.
Yeah, it is fabulous. Just again, I would recommend if you're doing glass cutting for the first time, it might be wise to wear eye protection.
Yes.
Just in case any did ping off anywhere. Just want to put that out there. And also, it's not really a tool for the children.
No.
Okay.
No.
And as well, when you have cut your glass, do handle it ever so slightly differently because what you're doing is making a fresh line in the glass. Okay. So just always be cautious. So what I'm doing is I've got a variety of colours here. For the black resin cast, I'm using some of my brighter pops of tile, just so of course they're going to stand out beautifully against it. And what I'm doing is I'm leaving enough breathing space between each one. And as we mentioned for the first demonstration, we've got plenty to do. This one is probably one of the ones you're going to do first because it's just experimenting and playing with the medium. So I've got my tiles laid out. Now what I've done is I've made sure that this channel is left clear. Okay, you can have them overhanging the edges, which is fine. So you could have one going in and overhang the edge slightly, because that's going to be tucked in on the inside of the coaster.
Okay.
But we don't want any going down there because then it'll stop the resin cast.
And these are the creative silicone molds, aren't they? You get four in here. So 4 pieces of $14.99. What shapes do we get, David?
Okay, so in there you're going to get your square. You're also going to get your hexagon. Okay. You're then also going to get your circle and you're going to get your oval. Now the oval is one of my favourites, same measurement for each one, but you can see already that one's ready to demold.
It's a great price for $14.99.
Wait, how much? $14.99 before?
Shop
That's
mould,
incredible.
M-O-U-L-D, $14.99.
The only set of coasters you'll ever need. Honestly, it's brilliant.
Lovely.
So I'm just going to set my mould to one side now, okay? That's our mould primed, if you like, ready to go.
Perfect.
We've then got a weighing scale. This was £5, really inexpensive weighing scale. You know, keep one for your crafts, absolutely. I'm going to turn it around so you can see the digits on there. I'm using just a disposable cup. You could use anything that's a vessel that you're going to stay for your resin cast projects. Set it back to 0. And what we do with this one, it's 100 grams of powder. So we're going to pop that in, keep it inside the bag, it's self-sealing, so of course it's going to keep it nice and fresh and any moisture from getting inside there. Trickle this in, and what I love about it is that you've got a buffer, okay? So you can be really fluid with it of about 10%, so you don't have to be accurate. So we're going to go up to 100 grams, okay?
Okay, shop bundle is now 20% allocated into people's baskets. Remember, you've got till 8 o'clock tonight to check out, and then it comes out of your basket.
Wow.
I know, I know.
Okay.
We've got 2 hours, David. Can you sing?
Is it that smells nice?
That's me, Becky.
Is that just you?
No, I'm joking, it's not me. But I don't know. Might be Mel.
Can I smell?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't smell of
I
anything.
don't really have an odour. Thanks, Becky. So, as you can see, we're at 103 there. This one here is at 103. So then we're going to set it back to 0. Okay, and we're going to now do 25 grams of water. Now, water weighs the same as the equivalent, of course, in millilitres. So 25 millilitres of water will be the same as 25 grams of water. So now we're going to go in with 25 grams. Okay, so nice and slowly trickling that up. There we go. So 21, 2, 3, 4. There we go. There we are, 25 grams, perfect. And then what you want to do is mix it. Okay, so I'm going to take my weighing scale out of the equation and just bring in, of course, oh, where are my fancy knives? There we are, here we go. My fancy palette knife. Now you've got 2 in here. The one I prefer to mix with is the one with these inside edges, okay, the one that's detailed.
Okay, Adele is asking, highlight crafts, do you need a separate mould for white and black?
No, you don't, absolutely.
No. Okay.
You could, of course, get additional moulds if you wanted to. What I would suggest doing, though, is thoroughly clean them in between colours of resin because, of course, ever so slight pigment will stay on there. This will polish up, look brand new.
Okay.
But if you wanted to keep them separate and keep your resin cast as white, brilliant white, then yeah, you could go for a second step, but it's not essential. But it depends really on how, of course, thorough you're going to be with cleaning your moulds.
Yeah, and $14.99.
Whilst they're at that
full,
price,
right?
I would take advantage of these 2-hour shows. We get special deals.
Yeah, right. So that answers that question. Thank you for everybody for joining us this morning. It's lovely to have your company, and I'm delighted that we've got 2 hours with brand new goodies for you.
I know, isn't it nice?
It is lovely, yeah, it is, absolutely. While you're mixing that, David, I'm going to do the first quiz question. We'll find something to give away, won't we?
Yeah, we're going to give away one of our makes today.
I have to laugh because Stephanie said last week it's getting really hard to find new quiz questions, so we bought a book off Amazon. Wow. To you, the first question.
No.
Are you ready?
I'm not ready.
Question number 1. What name is is given to the spine injection during childbirth to stop pain?
Oh, Lauren.
That's not something I thought I would be saying on Monday. I was like, what? Anyway.
No, neither. As you can see, they're all really fit into the show.
Yeah, I mean, it's all relevant,
Yeah.
of course. Anyway, what name is given to the spine injection during childbirth to stop pain? I don't even want to read
Not paracetamol.
No, it's not paracetamol. No, it's definitely not paracetamol. No, it would not.
Literally. Right, so, what...
Just random.
It's crazy. So, now what we've done is we've mixed our resin cast medium. Now, we want to mix it for a good 30 seconds to a minute, but you want to pour it from your dispensing cup within 3 minutes of mixing, okay, because it does set relatively quickly. It dries in 60 to 90 minutes. You can demold within an hour though, but it fully cures in 24 hours. When I say it fully cures, that means all moisture is evaporated from the resin cast, which means you could paint it, you could then varnish it, add all your extra elements and embellishments to it, but demolding within an hour is crazy.
Imagine popping a little bit of Tilson in there, David.
Trust me. It's amazing. So, I've used that palette knife. Now, these palette knives are on the show, but I love it for mixing with because you've got all of those inside edges.
Clever.
It's brilliant. So, it means that all of the formula is fully blended together now. These are fabulous. So, I've used those. And then we're going to start pouring. Now, I'm going to work around all of the edges first to see where this channel of the mould is. We're going to make sure all of our resin cast goes down into those edges. So, I'm going to start here, and you'll see it going down the front. There we go. And we're going to go all the way down our edges first, just like this, right up to this side, and then we can start to infill. Okay, so I can go all over the top, just making sure, nice and slowly, we don't have to rush this part. So going all over, and then scrape as much as you can out of the cup, and that there, this measurement will do all 4 of those coasters, and don't ask me how, even the oval is filled up perfectly fine using the same measurement, even though it looks bigger, it's slightly shallower, so you get an even measurement.
If you want those palette knives that David's been using... Oh?
Not yet, please.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, okay, so now that you've poured in, any air bubbles that are inside here at all, we're going to remove those and get a really even, crisp line around the perimeter. So on each corner, just tap it, okay, and you want to do this for about 30 seconds up to a minute and a half. Just tap it on each corner. Now what's happening now is any air bubbles, and you might be able to see it, is it's sort of like speckling, okay? We've got all of the little bubbles. It looks like loads of little tiny photographs have been taken, like loads of little lights popping off, and that there is the bubbles popping on the surface, okay?
Wow, look at that.
And the reason why you want to do that is aeration inside the resin, of course, creates little air pockets, which then would weaken the strength of the coaster, because then you've not got a consistent medium spreading throughout the mould. So just this little tap brings any air bubbles to the top. If I'm quite honest, it's very rare you get big bubbles in there. I think I've had it happen once, and that's because I poured it very quickly.
Okay.
But again, with that palette knife, mixing it perfectly, you get a really nice even blend. Now with that, all I'm going to do is put my 3mm plate up to my mat here, and it will slide on perfectly.
Oh, look at you with your 3mm plate, clever devil.
3mm plate, get a spare one. And then we're going to leave that there to set throughout our show.
I love that. Isn't that cool?
It's honestly so easy. Now, any tools that you've got as well, just wipe them down whilst they're still wet. It all cleans up easily with soap and water. So even if you let this go really dry, run it under a hot tap, and it will activate it, and just bending it slightly will get all of it off there. But look at that, it just cleans up and mops up super easily.
That's a very clever palette knife. We will give you the details of that as we go through the show. We're just making sure that we've got confirmation of the right products there.
Okay. If you were to leave that as well to dry,
yes.
Okay, because you don't want to be flushing it all down the sink.
Oh,
okay.
No.
Leave that to dry, and then you just go like that, and it all pops out like a little crisp shell. All of the little flakes, save them, because you can use those flakes in your white resin cast. So there's no waste. No waste.
Cool, isn't it?
Okay,
I love
so leave that to dry.
Right, so if you want the bundle, come over here with me while David does a little clean up. If you want the bundle, that includes your 800 grams of brand new black resin cast from Creative with 2 kilograms, can't get over that, 2 kilograms of mosaic tiles and your 4 sanding blocks. It's shop bundle and it's $44.99 today, brand new product. You've got a £12.98 saving on that, so £12.98 saving, which is fabulous. If you want the cutter, so the glass cutter that you saw David using, it's shop glass. This is what it looks like. It is very easy to squeeze. Okay, so it's super, it's easy to use. You're not straining and you're not putting any force on your hands really. That is shop glass, and it's $39.99. So to get everything that you need today, you're going to get that for less than £80, which is brilliant. Well, yeah, as a club member, you're going to get it less than £80. Right, so let's pop that back here, and shall we have a wander?
Ooh, let's do it. Shall we have a peruse and a browse?
So if you want the black resin cast on its own, 800 grams, it's $29.99. This is when you start to see the value, because for an extra, what? Where am I?
What?
14 pounds. Yeah. You're going to get 2 kilograms of mosaics and 4 sanding blocks. Okay. But if you want an extra one,
you want to stock up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you want the mosaics in assorted colours by themselves, it's shop mosaic or mosaics with an S on. And it's $19.99 for that. That's a great price for that.
Just to put it into perspective how far this would go, we were laying it out, and a standard like bistro set table, which you're looking at a diameter of around about 60 centimetres as a circle, this covered it, and still there was plenty left.
Wow.
It goes very far. So you can do tabletops and a full set of coasters, as well as maybe the plates to go on it. You can do loads with it.
Isn't that fabulous?
You're going to want to, because there's loads of colours variety from each one. So there's going to be some colours in others that there might not be in others. So collect loads. Yeah.
Absolutely. No, I like collecting.
Me too. And do you know, in some of them as well, you get like perfect circles.
Oh yeah, look.
So some of them you get circles inside there. You get like, look at this one. Green glass.
I'd have a lovely time just sorting out all the colours.
Oh, it's fabulous.
I'd
it's
spend
addictive.
an afternoon just doing that.
Sorry?
It's like sea glass.
Sea glass, yeah, where it's all tumbled and it goes really soft. And of course,
lovely.
when you varnish it, it looks amazing.
Aquastone.
Mm-hmm.
Right, if you want the white resin cast, because you can do exactly the same thing but with white, right?
Absolutely, and you can mix the two together. So if you want to do, I know, right?
I do this a lot on these shows. I'm like, what?
It's fab. So you can use, if you mix up a batch of black, mix up a batch of white, you can then pour them into a mould and swirl and marble. So you can create resin marbling, which is fabulous. You can also use the black and the white for grouting. You can then also add a slight portion of, say for example, if you did 90 grams black, 10 grams white, you can then make it grey, play with your own ratios. They work together. They're fabulous.
That's super exciting. So if you want that one, it's shop resin and it's $29.99. Right, shop bottles next. We have got 4 square glass bottles for you. This is UK only, okay? $12.99.
I know,
These
for 4.
would be lovely, wouldn't they?
They would. I actually started here as an
did?
example.
Look.
This is one I painted on a show the other week to show the handy. But if you visualise the lantern and then of course with the bottle, go all the way around your bottles with them. You can put fairy lights inside them too. The light will shine through the pink. But then, of course, you grout it and you've got fabulous mosaicing on these. Now, great substrate to get going. Maybe you don't have a glass vase or a bottle yet that you want to maybe try it on. For a very inexpensive price, these are fabulous to try it.
Yeah, good shout. I think that's a great shout, David, because you want to play, don't you?
Yeah, of course,
First of all, you want to have a play around with it. So to get 4 of them for $12.99 is a great shout. Right, so we can now go to, well, let's carry on because it's in order now. So that's shop bottle.
Shop bottle.
Your next one, shop jar, is going to get you 4 glass jars with the black lid. All right, I have a question.
Yeah.
If you just wanted to use the mosaic tiles, so maybe your budget stretches to £20 today and you're just buying the mosaic tiles, you could mirror spray inside of there and then the mirror would show through the mosaic tiles.
Oh my gosh, yes, you could, absolutely.
You don't have to grout it, right?
No, of course you don't. No, it looks beautiful when you do because it makes it, like weatherproof and stuff. But yeah, you could do.
Mirror spray.
No reason why you can't. Yeah, you're going to say if you were to glue it onto stuff and not grout it. I've got an example here without it grouted on objects. That there is on a photo frame without it grouted.
Okay, lovely.
But you could paint the photo frame a colour. So that's just hot glued onto a frame. I'll show you a bit more about that later. But yeah, absolutely. If you're just going to go for the tiles, in your glass jars, they would look fabulous.
All on a shelf, all lined up in colour order. Oh, it's like a rainbow.
Yeah. It would be very satisfying.
Like that, just sorting.
It's like cardstock paints, everything in colour order. And do you know what? When you do organise them into these glass jars, it makes your projects so much more enjoyable because you know exactly what colour to use and you literally, with tweezers, picking out the ones when you go.
Yeah, that's better, isn't it? So shop jar will get you 4 of those. Next one is your canvas and your palette knife bundles. So in this one, you're going to get both palette knives that David's been showing you and 2 8x10 stretched black canvases for $17.99. You've got a $4.98 saving on this. So £4.98 saving, which is crazy when you think about $17.99 and you're saving nearly a $5.
I know.
No, that's a great discount.
These actual palette knives out in the world of craft do retail at around about £15-16. Just to put that into perspective, the value for money that we've been able to do this deal for you. Okay, so you're in here, you're going to get, of course, your flat squared edge palette knife. And these palette knives are different. They feel different from any other palette knife in my stash. The handles are sleek and soft. They're wooden as well. Feel those.
Oh yeah, that's really ergonomic.
You can feel the quality,
isn't it? That's
the luxury.
And it's lightweight.
Lightweight.
If anyone's wondering, that's super lightweight.
Yeah, it is.
Nicely
they feel
balanced
nice.
too.
And also as well, this here is thin, but look how streamlined this is as well. So it springs back if you're going to be using it for your paste, your grouting, and as well it's double crimped on the stem, so it's proper locked in place.
Right.
Wooden handled for the both of them. Of course, if you're doing even spreading, this one's brilliant, not just for your mosaic projects, but also this one's great for mixing and of course applying a larger surface area of grout because it gives the texture inside there. Wonderful effects can be created with the pair of those. But then, and also you're going to get the handy storage box that goes with them so you can keep them nice and safe. And of course, very elegant as they are, but 2 canvases as well.
Yeah, 10% of this bundle is already allocated. Okay. Congratulations, that's a great shout. Jane Townley is asking, can you use hybrid acrylic to colour the Resincast?
Absolutely, you can do. Now, the white Resincast, you're going to find a much stronger result mixing pigment in because, of course, you've got a white base to work with, so it's going to really sort of colorise that very quickly. If you're going in with your black, I would suggest using metallic tones, and I wouldn't mix it thoroughly. So what I would do is put a pea-sized amount in the formula just before you pour, swirl it with a cocktail, and you'll get a metallic mica showing on the front and the back of the coaster. But of course, the pigment in here is very strong and, should I say, overpowering, so it would struggle to compete with something like a red or an orange. It would more so go, no, this is the prominent colour.
So a metallic with the black, and any colour with the white.
Because the mica will stay separate from the actual medium, meaning that that'll still be showcased on the top.
That'd be lovely, wouldn't it?
It would be amazing.
Like that gold.
You know those new metallics Stephanie had on Thursday? They would look great with this.
Saturday morning with you, new colours.
Yeah, 18 more to come. 18 more. Can't wait. Got a lot to do.
Lovely. Okay, so that's answered that question, which is fab. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. It's lovely to have your company. We'll go down the counter, then I'll recap and tell you how to shop and where you can watch us. But I want to get through all these products first because I know if you're like me, you're going to build a basket as you go through the show. Because I'm like, oh, I need this and I need this. Oh, now I need those. No, I need those. Now I need them. Right, so your next one is shop frame. Now you're getting 4 square wooden frames and 4 rectangular wooden frames. You're also getting the deck tongue plastic spreaders, and you get 3 spreaders in a pack. I'm looking at those and thinking those would be great for my scanning cut.
Do you know what? I thought the
Right.
exact same, and I thought, do you know what? I wonder if Mel's going to... Yep, they would be,
all
wouldn't
over
they?
that. And I'm really sorry.
Go on.
But I'm going to shamelessly plug tomorrow morning at 8
Do
o'clock. Because for the first time ever, we are doing the best deal that we've ever done on an SDX 1200. You do not want to miss that show tomorrow at 8, me and you.
Ooh.
And then we've also got a repeat of it at 12 o'clock. Do not miss out on that. If you're saving up for a scan and cut, tomorrow is the deal that you've been waiting for.
You've got to be there.
Zip.
Is that all we get to hear?
That's all you get to hear. But we did give them a little bit of a sneaky peek on Saturday.
I heard there might have been a bit of a preview.
And everyone was saying, can you save me one? And we're like, no, it's all keep it fair. Fastest fingers first tomorrow. It's going to be very exciting.
Set your alarms. Set more alarms. Set loads of alarms.
Right, so you want your frames and your spreaders.
Yeah, so inside here you're going to get 8 frames, okay? So you're going to get 4 of your square and 4 of your rectangle. Now these are glass panelled frames, so it's not plastic in there, that's actually glass.
Nice.
So mirror spray. Mosaic. If you want to take all of the glass panes out, you could mosaic them all and have them on twine hanging in the garden as little sort of Tiffany shards, which would look amazing. But you've got four of each size in here. And talking about the frames before the scrapers, when you do your mosaicing, this one's not polished up yet, so we'll polish it up during the show, so it brings all the colour of the mosaic out and we'll gloss it. But it's a great one to actually start with. They're really easy projects. A group of these on the wall would look fabulous. Or of course, as I said, these hanging in the garden would look beautiful. Or as a coaster themselves, you could turn them into a coaster.
Yep.
Great surface to get going with your Resincast journey and your mosaic journey. But really the show-stopping element is a tool that we've never had on before, is this set of 3 streamline, ultra-fine scrapers, okay? And they've got a flex to them because they're designed for your grouting.
Right.
So when you're going on with the Resincast in here, and I'll show you how to do this, of course, you spread it evenly and it takes any excess off, goes back in the pot. And it makes your project so more enjoyable because it's easy.
Yes.
You've got the tools to do the job, and you've got 3 different sizes in here. I mean, you're probably only going to find yourself using the smaller one for these size projects. These bigger ones, imagine getting all those bits off your mat with that.
Absolutely, but also you're pasting for your stencils.
Oh.
Rather than a palette knife, it's
Screen
smooth.
printing,
So
pasting.
you put it at the top and then just paste down. Brilliant.
Yeah, put a blob of finger wax at the top of each stencil.
$19.99, got a £6 saving.
Honestly.
£6 saving.
It's crazy.
Right?
It's absolutely crazy.
A new product.
I know.
What
These
we
are
doing?
the deals that we can do. And of course, Stephanie did say, she was like, you've got 2 hours on Monday. And I said, please, can we do this, that, and the other? And it's happened.
She's made it happen. All of Stephanie has gone to see Nancy for a few days today.
She has indeed.
I know. So you won't see her this week, but she's gone to spend some time with Nancy, which is lovely.
Absolutely.
Right, now then, we have our marble sprays. So our first one, Shop Gold, is your gold marble spray from Cadence, and it's $25.99. I love this product.
Do you know what? It's one of those products that stands out for being one of the most natural, organic results that can be created through mediums, okay? So no training, no education other than how to spray it is required. Anyone can do it. Also as well, just to mention, these 3 tones that we have here, we're going to go through the others, but especially the gold, it is what we've got left, okay? We're not getting this back in for a while. We have had this situation on a few shows where we've now got new product coming in. We are still in love with our marble spray and we'll see it later in the year, but right now, this is your last opportunity. And we wanted it on because, of course, gold marble spray over a black Resincast coaster is just dreamy. It's going to be lovely. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Okay, so Shop Gold, $25.99 will get you your gold marble spray. Shop Marble for your black, that one's $23.99.
It is indeed, and it goes a very long way. You've got tons in there. I think the 200ml cans, and of course you could do 1 can would do a whole tabletop and kitchen cupboards and still loads left. It goes such a long way.
Which is fabulous. So that's Shop Marble for your black. Now, don't tell anybody, but we've got the silver on. And I think they might have got the price wrong.
I think they've definitely got it.
It's on the screen, so we've got to do it. So, Shop Silver. Shop Silver, $15.99.
I know, I don't know what's happened there.
I don't know, but I'm glad it has because you're getting a deal.
Take advantage right now. Silver on the black. We'll have to do that. It looks amazing.
Oh, yeah, let's do that. Right, next one, Shop Dish. Now, this is fabulous, David. These are the ones that you've been nagging for ages.
Banging on about.
You've been banging on about them like I've been banging on about everything else.
Honestly.
Shop Dish is going to get you 2 of the creative glass dishes for $9.99.
These are brilliant. Now, I tried to get these on almost every one of our Makeover Mondays or a mixed media show. But not only just for that, you can use them for many other things as well. But for the pair, wait, did you just say how much?
$9.99 for two.
$9.99 for two. These should be, and usually are around $8.99 each, okay? Putting it into perspective, the value for money on this one. But of course, you can mosaic on these, which looks tremendous. Wonderful project to work on too. Great for rice papering, acrylic pour onto the back of them, mirror spray. Every medium that we share with you with Cadence, we always check is versatile with glassware. So everything we've shared with you so far, you can use with your plates.
I love that. So shot glass gets you two of those, which is fantastic. Now shot varnish, okay, so shot varnish is going to get you the Cadence varnish bundle. It's $14.99 with a £4.49 saving. These are big savings in comparison to the actual price that you're paying.
Yeah.
You know, $14.99 you might expect to get 99p off. $4.49 you're saving on this. This is the time when you stock up on these, right?
Yeah, this one usually is around about $14.49 on its own.
Wow.
So as a club member, you're definitely getting this one for free.
Perfect.
Just putting that out there. So of course you've got your gloss and you've got your matte varnish. Your matte's a 70ml, your gloss is a 120. Of course that means that when you glaze this over any Resincast project, it almost rehydrates the surface, but creates an enamelled look. So all of your Resincast looks like it's been in a kiln and it's got an enamelled glaze on it. It's brilliant and it's fully waterproof and food safe.
I love that.
Same process and all properties and qualities for the matte, but it dries matte, not gloss.
Yes.
So the Resincast dries as a matte finish, and if you want to keep that but seal it, you want to use the matte varnish.
Wonderful. And for those two, it's shop varnish and it's $14.99. Now then, we're going on to our glue. Oh, stencil brushes next.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so 2 packs of stencil brushes. These are the ones that we both use, aren't they?
Yes, all the time.
You get 2 packs. Each pack has a small, a medium and a large, meaning the brush head itself. And you're getting 2 packs, so 6 stencil brushes in total. Did you watch Saturday Morning Show when Stephanie was using these with the extender?
Oh, no, I didn't catch
and
that
the
one.
Reese pastels. Oh, my
so
word.
she was making her own powder paints?
Yes.
Oh, my gosh.
Through a stencil. It looked amazing. So, sharp brush will get you 2 sets, $9.99.
For 6 stencil brushes.
6 stencil
no,
brushes.
I've paid $12.99 for 1 stencil brush before.
Oh, me too.
And the rest.
Yep.
These are brilliant, of course, for, as you say, your blending, your base coating, your all-round coverage, whether you can use pastels with them, whether you can use metallics, or, of course, you're going to go in, of course, with those fabulous Cadence paints and cover all of your Resincast projects. There's so many different ways you can use them. They're great for stenciling, they really are.
Absolutely. So, that is... Find my brushes. Shop brush, $9.99. I've got all my little cue cards because I'll never remember it.
Like a game show host.
I am. I'm like this.
Yeah.
Today. Right, your next one now. This is one of my all-time favourite products, and I'll tell you why. Because in 36 years of crafting for a living, this is the only glue gun I have ever bought that A, doesn't burn the glue, B, has a really good stand on it that you don't have to keep leaving your glue gun lead down because the stand drives you crazy, and C, and most important, does not drip.
That's it.
Drives me crazy, that, because you can that horrible smell of burning glue.
It's like a big glue monster that's bubbling
and
away.
Then it drips. You waste more on your mat than you actually use.
And then you have a mat with all those bubbles all over
It's
it.
horrible. Kit and Caboodle glue gun and glue sticks, $29.99 for both.
You get 50 in there.
I know you do.
50 in there, and then you get 3 with the actual glue gun. Now, what I love about this glue gun is we've now reformulated the charging point on it. So it is now a USB-C, okay? So it works now for pretty much all of what the, going forward charger ports are going to be.
Excellent.
Of course, you do get your cable with there as well anyway, which has got a USB-C port on it. So if you did join Mel for your shows with all those power banks, if you got those, powering your glue gun, it's brilliant. It's got a traffic light system. When it's on charge, of course, the light will be red, and then when it is ready to go, it will go green, and then when it's in operation, it's blue.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay. So, and I think you get around about 2.5 hours use if it was on continuously, but I always turn it on and off between my projects.
Yeah, and I love the fact that it's cordless. That for me is just a game changer.
You can take it anywhere.
But it doesn't drip.
No.
I hate that horrible smell, and it makes your glue go yellow. It's not nice.
It does,
at all.
and you know what? And you can burn yourself really easily on it. When you catch yourself with a corded glue gun, it's like, wow, straight to the sink.
Absolutely.
With this, it's a different story, and it's got the rubber collar all the way pretty much to the fine tip. So the only element that generates any heat that's actually external is that, which is about 2.5 millimeters in length.
Yeah,
That's
brilliant.
it.
It's a brilliant glue gun. So Shop Glue will get you the glue gun itself with all the bits that you need and 50 glue sticks for $29.99, which is fabulous. And then last but by I know, Mr. McCracker, you asked and Stephanie delivered, as ever. And then your last one is your shop mould. So if we have a look down here, this shows you the moulds that you get in, and you've got the coasters laid out to show you what they could look like. Yes. This is shop mould. You get in 4 pieces, and they're $14.99. That's an amazing price for moulds.
Oh, absolutely. A mould that is going to last you a lifetime. Working with not only your Resincast, it will work with your UV or your epoxy resin as well. You can use air dry clay into them if you want to. You can use a whole host of mediums, of course, with your terrazzo chip-ins or your Mosaic effect. It is brilliant. You know, if you've got a medium that's designed to go into a mould, this will work with it. They're very easy release. They're very strong and durable, and they can withstand heat and cold temperatures.
Can I put them in a dishwasher?
I probably wouldn't. I've not tried that, actually.
Okay, let's have a look. See if
they're silicone, so I imagine you can. I don't have a reason to believe they're not. If you were going to be using craft products, though, and put them in the dishwasher, I'd make sure probably they were the only thing in there.
Yeah.
But then you might just be easier to soak them in a bowl of warm water with washing up liquid.
It doesn't say
we'll
dishwasher safe, but so it says flexible, durable and reusable casting mould in silicone, perfect for casting with materials such as concrete, plaster, paraffin, soy wax and resin, easy to clean.
Absolutely. Yeah, so you could even make a full wax tray out of it and put your tea lights on so the whole thing's a candle.
Fantastic. Right, do you want to get ready for a demo while I just recap on this?
Fabulous, I'll get set up.
So today, brand new for you, we have got the Resincast from Creative, but in black, which is super, super, super exciting. So you're going to get an 800 gram bag, which is that'll keep you going for a little while. We do have it separately if you want it by itself, so you can buy another bag if you want to. You're also going to get 2 kilograms, so that's the equivalent if you're holding 2 bags of sugar. That's the weight of Mosaic tiles that you're going to get. So you're going to get 2 kilograms of that and 4 sanding blocks. And I love these sanding blocks because you can use every single edge, even this bit, just for smoothing out and getting rid of any residue. But you've got that lovely, it's not really rough, but it's not super fine. It's just right, a bit like Goldilocks. There you go. So you're getting 4 of those with your Mosaic and your Resincast for $44.99. You've got a £12.98 saving on a brand new product, which is super. And I'm really pleased that we've managed to get it in black because, you know, I mean, I've banged on about this for years. Any colour that you put on top of black will pull itself back and it will make that colour pop. So it's a lovely one to have. And as David said earlier on, you can mix your black and your white and just swirl it. Maybe get some of those, you know, coffee stirrers. Next time you're in one of those shops, just take a few of those coffee stirrers and get like a marble finish to it, which will be absolutely lovely. Right. The other thing I'd like to recap on is the tool. Now then, where's the tool gone? You're hiding it under here. Look at him.
Squirreled away.
Is moving further down the counter as we speak. If you want the correct tool for the correct job, it's going to be shot glass. It's your Mosaic glass cutter. It's $39.99, but it's really important that you use the right tool.
Yes, okay? Absolutely.
And David will show you exactly how to use this in case you weren't with us right from the beginning. But super easy. I tried it. I would say it's the equivalent pressure of using a crocodile. It's not, it doesn't hurt at all. And I struggle now with my hands some days. They're quite achy, but actually that's really easy to do. If you're going to do a job, get the right tool. My granddad always taught me that. He said, don't buy cheap tools because if you do, you'll buy twice.
Yes.
So the correct tool for the correct job is this one, and it's shot glass, and it's $39.99, which is fabulous. If you do want an extra black resin cast, if you think, yeah, you know what, this is something I really, really, really want to get involved with, it's shot black. You get an 800 gram bag for $29.99. Now, do you know what I'd do?
Go on.
I'd buy 2 bundles.
Yeah, I would, because that's where he's going to get twice as many Mosaic,
right,
extra tools,
and extra
also
sanding blocks.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it.
I would do that, absolutely. Right, David.
Okay.
Shall we have a play?
Absolutely.
Let's
so
do this.
We poured our first one earlier, which actually, just to mention, is pretty much, that was what, at past, which was 20 minutes ago almost, and it's already drying. Now, what will happen in the drying process is you'll get a very mild heat, okay, and ever so slight warmth coming out of there, and that is the reaction, okay. So it's not like when a paint dries, it's a water-based reaction that happens with the plaster going off, because it does actually have a polymer plaster inside here, and you'll start to see, look, all of those little shards in the base of the mould. Now what I'm going to do for you is just demold another shape that I did just before the show. We've got our oval here, so let's take this one out. Really easy release, just work your way around the edge like a baking tin when you're releasing like a sponge or something like that, and then release it out. And then your mould, of course, with anything that's left inside there, will clean up really, really easily. There we go, popped that out. So anything that's still in there, just grab a cloth or anything at all, and look at that, they clean up super, super easily. See how it's just coming off?
Thank you to Kathy, Terry, Karen, Amanda, all saying how much they love that glue gun. Didn't believe it until I got one. Absolutely, it is fabulous.
There we go.
Quick question, a Cadence question for David, please. I found unopened Cadence Gold Relief Paste, but I can't remember what way to use it.
Oh, right, okay. So if it is the standard gold relief paste, if it's not the granulated Dora one, which is a Dora Perla, absolutely would be fabulous. Mel's holding up our grouting tools here. You could use it through a stencil with these. Or of course, what would be a great bundle for you to go for as well is your canvases with your palette knives in, because that gold paste on a black canvas through a stencil would look incredible. Think about all the stencils you've got. You can also blend with it. You don't have to use it as a thick-bodied paste. You can pipe with it as well, so put it inside a syringe and pipe to make three-dimensional lettering, all sorts of stuff like that, and also you can create texture with it, so it looks wonderful on glassware as well as things like your coasters or canvases.
Lovely. And Christine Swartz says, hi, could I use a Mosaic glass with clear resin?
Yes, you can do. Absolutely, you can. You could set it into the bottom of your moulds. Of course, you can set it's glassware. So yeah, there's no reason why you can't.
Okay, lovely.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Always good to ask the questions.
Absolutely.
So as we've just demolded this one here, you can see some areas of the resin cast can ever so slightly overtake and come forward a little bit, which is fine. So just dunk it in the water. And use your sanding block and put your sanding blocks from your collection. Mine are a slightly different colour, but they're the same as the ones you're getting. And you soak it in the water.
Oh, that's clever.
The sponge becomes much easier, much softer, and you start to work into this, okay? And see where we've got our actual glassware, just there. Start to circulate into it, and what happens is it takes back a very fine layer. So you can see it's all going a slightly darker colour. Keep rinsing off your sanding block and start to work into all of that glassware, because then as we run it underneath, you can see more of the glass now is coming to the front. So you're essentially, any area that seeps in, and this is the art of it in a mould, is that you're technically revitalising it and taking off a very thin film of resin cast.
Okay.
And I love this because when you do sand it back, it doesn't leave any marks. It doesn't. You think it'd look all scratched, and it doesn't at all. It's so smooth. So this one here that's really small, that green one, gonna go into here. Look at that, how it's bringing all of that, making it much bigger. Reveals all of the colour. So spend just a few minutes going round. And we've chosen to go with these because they're really soft when they're dipped in the water, so it means they go into all the nooks and crannies.
Great tip.
Okay, so use the corners, you could use the edges, the sides to get into finer details. Circulate through here. Now I poured this at 10 o'clock, quarter to 10, I think it was. It was between when we were setting up. So it was just before then, before we started setting up. So this one has had, like, I don't know, almost an hour and a half-ish. So you can see I'm going straight in there, demolded it, taking all of this out, circulating through, just into any that I may have missed, and then run it through inside here. And you want to rinse it clean. And look at this, all of the colour is now coming to the top.
That's lovely.
It is honestly so fun to do. So take a little cloth and wipe it back, but look at all of that colour, how it's come to the surface. Now, this was one way of using our resin cast. There are many, so I'm going to show you some different variations.
Lovely.
So let's set that there.
Can I just do another quiz question?
Absolutely, yeah, let's do it.
I will forget. I forget every time.
No, I always forget.
Every time. Weird questions. Just saying. Just putting it out there. Oh, Lauren said I can do two.
Two? Go on then. Ooh, let's have two.
Sounds exciting. Question number one. I apologise for the question. Question number one. What name is given to the spine injection during childbirth to stop pain?
Ooh.
Wow. Question number two. What is the opposite of the Orient? Oh no, I didn't know either.
I have absolutely no idea. I was going to say express.
It's like accident. It's like accident, but with an O at the beginning instead of an A.
That's ridiculous.
Isn't
Who's
it?
written
Never
that?
even heard that. Oh no, nobody's
Honestly.
written it. It's out of a book.
Yeah,
And
someone
question
written
number
it.
3. Who recorded the 1990s album Jagged Little Pill? No, this one. Blank Morissette. You're too young for that.
Did you know that,
Were
Becky?
you even born in 1990? No, you weren't, were you?
No, but
I
I know a
became
lot
a
about
mum
it.
in 1990.
You've heard of Morris, like her though, haven't you?
Alanis
Blank
Morissette.
Morissette.
No.
You've not even
Wow.
heard of the singer?
Oh, David.
Sing a song by her.
I can't sing a song by you. We'll get done.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know, I'm sorry.
Which one's the, ironic is the most famous
Isn't it
one.
ironic?
It's like rain.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was
I
gonna
love
say.
that song.
It's like, it's so, the way it's spelled
Of
is,
course, I've seen so many films.
it's Atlantis,
It's
but
like
without the
rain
T's, right?
on
I'm
a
having to come up with,
wedding day.
honestly, they're writing these quizzes and it's easy for them upstairs. We've got to try and come up with all these things that makes it easy for you to know the
I
answers.
didn't know who it was, I was just testing.
Wait till you get the next one. The next one's ridiculous. Can't
If
even
that-
pronounce it. Right?
I only see the answers.
It's really
So I don't know
weird.
the questions that are coming up.
Yeah, well,
There's
tell
no,
you,
there's
right.
no continuity.
no, there isn't.
Right, okay.
I'm on the floor. It deserves to be on the floor.
Just leave it there.
Say that right now.
So what we're going to do is that we're going to go into the frames. Of course, we're using our glass mosaic as well. I'm actually going to take my gloves off for this bit. We don't need them right now. I'll put a fresh pair on in a moment. So what we've got is our wooden frames. Of course, you're going to get your scrapers along with your rectangle and square frames in here. I just want to show you the process,
Right.
of course, is applying your glassware to the wooden items before it starts.
Because this gives you a very different look
Very
to
different.
the moulds.
100%, yeah. So, of course, that's creating the mosaic terrazzo effect, which is
Right.
well known for many different, of course, reasons. It's your finer sort of chipping look.
Because I was thinking, that's going to take ages to set all that back. But you don't. That's not the point, is it?
Depends. It depends, of course, on the way you pour it as well.
Yes.
Sometimes you will get an ever so slightly stronger reveal. Sometimes it'll be more prominent, but it's a natural process.
I love that, though.
Okay. This one here that I've done, just to show you as well, we've demolded another one. Let's have a look. I dropped one on the back when it was drying. So there's one there. But this one here, you can see again,
Oh,
you've
yeah.
got more showing this time.
So put that next to the one there and then. You can see the difference once you've
Yeah.
wet sanded it.
Absolutely, you
Oh,
can.
that's night and day, that, isn't it?
100%.
And then if I wanted to seal that, I could use my Aquastone.
Aquastone
over the
or, of
top.
course, your matte varnish.
That'd be lovely.
Either
wouldn't it?
or, yes, absolutely.
Wow.
So, what we're going to do is we've got the hot glue gun going, and we're going to start to build our mosaic. Now, I always tend to work with areas straight away where I can see the angle, but you've got your glass cutter to help you with that. So, if there was
Yes.
one way you want to get a different angle, go straight in with your glass cutter. Again, the side that you're not holding, point down into your box, and then, of course, it's going to take it for you. So, start to get elements out. Let's have a look. And I always add a little bit of hot glue to the glass and then straight to the wooden frame, just like this, and build it up. And just work into the design irregular and just find ones that fit. So I'm looking here, I'm thinking, right, okay, I could put that one there. And you want to always leave space in between them.
So would you lay it out first if you weren't demoing live?
No, I
Do you
never
not?
do.
Do
No,
you
I
just
like
go
to just,
for it?
yeah, I just like to go for it.
Love that.
Yeah, I've not laid a single one out. I just sort of pick them up and sort of look at them and go, right, okay, I could see that that one, that will work quite nicely in that corner
Yeah,
there.
you see, my obsession would make me absolutely lay that out. And then
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh no, I like the
go.
task of going in thinking,
I'm
right,
not
what's
good at
going to fit?
random.
That one there goes there, so let's put that one in. But of course, so honestly, it's like a jigsaw puzzle with no rules. You know, there's
You rebel.
literally. So that one there, look, that one that goes there quite nicely. But remember that open space is good space. You want
Yeah.
to leave space for the grout.
Yes, you
Okay.
do.
So I've got these channels forming in here.
And
That's
any
what we
strings
want.
that appear, just put a heat gun on them.
Oh yeah,
melts
absolutely.
them.
Heat gun, it gets rid of them. It's
It's
that
much
magic,
easier.
isn't it?
It
I
is
love doing
magic.
that.
I do too.
I can remember when I would always used to demonstrate cards and projects, well, still do, but I'd use a glue gun and everyone would be thinking, oh, what a mess, and you'd get the heat gun out and you'd be like, there you go.
And it disappears.
Absolutely.
Magic. Love that.
So I'm going to put this one here, there we go. And you could spend, of course, hours doing this. I'm building this one relatively quickly because I'm picking out elements. I even like the sections like that, we'd then look in and either cut one or we'd find a super
Tiny
dinky one
pieces.
to just slot in,
Oh, look at
okay?
you.
So you just find one that just slots in there and just keep working with it. And I was watching something last night. I had the telly on, watching a programme, whilst just listening to it whilst doing this. And
Yep.
it was one of the most relaxing crafts I've done in a very long time. And there's a lot out there.
Fine, isn't it?
There's something different about this.
Yeah.
There's something so different about it. See,
Yeah,
there
I
we
love
go.
it. I think it's really cool, and it's like you say, it is just something different. And
Yeah.
actually, if you wanted to, you could put that frame on the front of a card, and you've got a gift and
Oh yeah, definitely.
and that. Yeah, I mean, it would be lovely with photographs of the family in as well, things like that, wouldn't it? Just dotted here and there around you, or you could have like a whole collage of them on a wall if you
Of course
wanted
you could.
to.
Think about, I'm working onto these frames that we've got on the show,
Yeah.
but you can of course use so many different items that you've got already. Think about canvases, think about of course vases, candle holders,
Yep.
interiors in your door. Imagine doing a light switch.
Oh, that'd be lovely. I
light
fancy
switch
doing a
would be
big
cool.
table for the garden.
Yeah, a table would look amazing.
And we've got a big old plastic table that really needs zhuzhing up, so I'm going to use Cadence on it this year rather than skipping
Ooh.
it and buying a new one. So this would be lovely. If you want the frames that David's working on, you get 4 square and 4 rectangle, and you also get the scrapers in here. So you're getting 3 of the scrapers in there as well for $19.99. I would say this is a good practice pieces. Would
Yeah,
you?
oh 100%.
They'll still be usable and they'll still be lovely, but start small. I know you like to go big or go home, but, so
I was like straight in.
you were absolutely. So shop frame is $19.99. You've got a £6 saving. We're just swapping over now. Our Sophie now, having learned how to produce, right? I know.
That was it. An hour done.
Well, that's what I got.
What do you need? You need more time.
I was like, listen, I wasn't brought up. Computers weren't even a thing in my school, and now you're expecting me to.
I think
do
we had
this.
one in the classroom.
Didn't have any,
And
nothing.
we used to queue for it, and then one day we got more, and it was like
No,
Disneyland.
we had nothing like that whatsoever. $19.99, and you have a good saving on that. You've got £6 saving. I'd start with these, I think,
Oh yeah, definitely.
and then go to the moulds, and then go to a big piece. Just get your confidence. That's
Build your
all.
confidence up, that's what you're going to do. So you can see I've pretty much done most of this frame. It takes minutes to do. It's really, really quick. Okay, when Mel was talking about that heat gun trick with the hot glue,
Oh yeah, look
all
at
these
this.
little
Watch
strings,
this.
see I've
This
got all
is
these
magic.
wires. I'm going to put my heat gun on, bring it to temperature, and then all around there, they all just disappear. They've all just go, roll any off the top.
Love it.
There we go, roll those away, all gone. And talking of that, the one that I finished,
I'm making Laura laugh. Don't laugh too hard. Got Davey in there.
gonna say, get wet floor sign out.
I know. High pitch.
So let's get them off this one. I'm making sure not to keep it there for too long because I've hot glued all these down, so I don't want to make them all fall. Can you imagine?
Pick it up and you'll drop off.
Yeah, there we go. So I've just
Brilliant.
added some heat to that.
Love
okay. So what we want to do is grout it. Okay.
Lovely.
And with grouting, I had a few playabouts with the composition to get the perfect grout. Okay. And I found that using 50 grams of powder and 10 grams of water was the perfect one. You're more than welcome to note that down. I imagine in due course we're going to be doing some education with this as well,
Okay, perfect.
which will cover all of that and more so, because the longer we, of course, have, the more we learn. So what I'm going to be doing is showing with you how to grout this one. Okay, so I'm going to be using my actual palette knives with your canvas bundle, and I'm going to be using your scrapers from your frame bundle.
This would be a lovely festival project at some point,
That'd be
David, too,
amazing.
wouldn't it?
We
Because
have
it
to
would be
do
dry
it.
by the time we went home.
Yeah, or maybe you come and do a vase. I know.
We need to sort all this out.
I know.
When are we going to do
when
this?
do you want to do that?
In your sleep with your feet?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
maybe?
sleeping later, so we could do it then.
We could do it then.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Absolutely. That'd be a
Right.
good one, wouldn't it?
So I'm going to put those just to the back for now.
Oh, we love it though, don't we?
We really do. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put down a little bit of blue roll on my mat, just so any overspill, it's just easier to clear up. There we go. And we're going to get out now our weighing scale. So I'm going to turn it around to yourselves. Let's have a look and get a fresh cup and just pop that on here. Go back to 0. And again, you do not have to be precise with this. I love that it's no like, you don't need a test tube and a special measuring instrument. It's literally.
I love the fact that it's water-based.
Yeah, I know. There's
And
no chemicals. No
that
chemicals.
for me is a big thing.
Massive thing for me.
Absolutely.
I don't like working with, and I'm completely honest, I don't like working with stuff that's really pungent in smells, like
No.
solvents. My lungs, I was always told to stay away from stuff like that. One of my lungs
it's
isn't
not
the
good.
best.
No.
So for me, I wouldn't work with it unless it was perfectly safe to do so.
Yeah, no, it's not good. And I just think environmentally as well, it's not
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it is drain safe. We don't recommend putting it down the drain, but they say that to mean that it's not got an environmental impact.
Yes.
So it's not, you know, but of course, any excess that you don't use, scrape it and put it in the bin. And then, of course, you can rinse through anything like your palette knives, but just give them a wipe first.
Or like you said, David, just leave it to dry in the cup and then squeeze it and you get all your little chips that you can then put into your white resin. You could colour those chips.
Yeah, like these, but this one here that we used earlier, oh, you could colour the chips. When you actually push it, you get all of these little shells. Look at that, how it all scrapes off.
Oh, I love that. Oh, that's satisfying.
All those little flakes there.
Oh, I need
like
that. I need to do that.
There we are. Yeah. So we can put those. I'm just going to set them here for now. Because then if you were to put those on here and then go with your white resin cast, you've then created all chip-ins.
Shake and gilt.
Shake and gilt. Look at those. So if you poured in your white resin cast now, you'd get all of those little speckles like a Dalmatian.
Love doing these shows, David.
So fun. There's always that extra element. So you, of course, get all of that out of there. And then your cup.
Oh my goodness me, look at that.
Your cup's ready to go again for your next project. So you don't even need to buy tons of these, okay?
Love it.
So we've got our powder in. Go back to 0. And I'm probably going to, let's put in 8 and see if we need to put a little bit more in. So go back to 0. Let's have a look. And we're going to put in just 8 grams of water.
Oh, very little.
But only a small amount. So where am I at? That's 7. Let's have a look. 8.
It's like a game of Jenga.
8, 9. No, I know it's going to say. It doesn't have to be exact though. You've got a lot of fluidity with this. It's very, very easy to work with. I'm using that palette knife again with the inside edges.
Love that.
In the indentations, and I'm just circulating it through, and this one's going to be a much thicker paste, okay? And I'll show you the consistency of it, whereas previously we poured, with this one, you can see already it's not dripping off the palette knife. It's a much thicker, heavy-bodied paste.
And if you want those tools, you get 2. So you get the one that David's using, plus a flat one, which is super cool. You get 2 palette knives and 2 8 by 10 inch stretched black canvases for $17.99. Your code is shop canvas, and you've got a £4.98 saving on that. Again,
Fabulous.
if you want the frames that David's using, it's shop frame. $19.99 will get you 4 square, 4 rectangle, and your 3 scrapers. That's a brilliant tool.
It's amazing tool.
Absolutely brilliant
It's
tool.
so easy because, of course, with it not being a perfectly flush, flat edge, it doesn't butt all the way up to the edge of my cup. So as I'm circulating through, it's mixing whilst I'm rotating it.
Brilliant.
So I'm sort of getting like double mixing with every rotation, which for me is a game changer. Now, the consistency of this, you can see, is completely different.
I would say that's the consistency of a structure paste.
Yes, it is. Exactly that. So what we're going to do is, with our palette knife, is you're going to go straight onto your project. Now, I've not painted this frame black first. You could do, but I'm going to use any excess left over to essentially paint the frame because it will stain the wood.
And it's the same black.
It's the same, exactly.
I know that sounds ridiculous, but there's lots of different shades of black.
You put on a pair of black jeans and a black top, the 2 different blacks, honestly.
Can we just repeat the quantities for paste again,
yeah,
David,
absolutely.
for grout?
So if you want to do your grout, it's 50 grams roughly, so it could be 53 or 48. But 50 grams of your powder, and then you want to do 10 grams of water. I put in 8 grams. Well, actually, it was 9 grams for this. So again, you can see you do have that buffer. But as a rule of thumb, 50 grams powder, 10 grams water. 10 grams or 10 mil of water is the exact same. It weighs as much as it is. It weighs as much as the measurement of what volume. That's the one. Gosh.
Not looking at me, I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay?
Honestly, I was really fascinated when I realised that water weighs the same as its volume.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, I know. But then if you had like 10 grams of water might be like this, but then like 10 grams of sand would be like these. So anyway, sorry, not that anyone cared.
No, but it is interesting.
I found it really interesting.
I did too, yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to start to put it over the top of our project, okay? So it goes all over the top of the frame, and I'm using my palette knife to apply it first in a thicker layer.
Love that. Oh, that's lush.
Now, the reason why I'm using my palette knife for this part and not my scraper is we want to push the resin down into all the indentations in between the mosaic glass, okay? So we're making sure it gets deep down into all the nooks and crannies, okay? You can, of course, at this point, go around the edges and do your stain and take a bit from the top. and it stains it all perfectly.
Another reason to wear gloves.
Oh, this is it. This is your this is your glove time.
Don't go and get your manicure and then come back and do that.
No.
Without gloves on.
Definitely recommend to wear gloves for this process, well,
Love
especially
that.
this part of the project. And I found 50 grams is the perfect amount to do this project because you, of course, work around it and fill.
Okay, how long can I leave that resin cast until it starts to harden and you can't use it?
Okay, so this resin cast inside the cup, or of course a portion on its own, you've got 3 minutes working time from the moment you've mixed it, okay?
So if you've got 8 of those ready,
do one at a time.
Do one at a time.
Absolutely.
And don't mix the whole lot and think I'll do them all.
No.
One at a time.
Always do one at a time. It's much better, much easier that way. You'll get a much nicer, happier result.
Yes.
Because you won't be rushing either.
No.
Now, what we're then going to do is use our other palette knife at the same time for this. And we're going to go in with our scrapers. So you want to work across the surface. So drag it down, okay, and start to take off the excess because you don't need all this now. That can go back in there, okay?
Lovely.
And if you try to keep it in an airtight container, sort of thought, oh, I know, I can keep it open, it'll still go off. It can set underwater.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so if you had a blob of it that's soft and set it underwater, it will still set. It's like concrete. I know, it's crazy.
How does that work?
Yeah,
it's water-based. That shouldn't work.
I know. You feel like it shouldn't, but it does. So if you had literally poured all of this into a vat of water, it will still set rock solid. It's like concrete. Concrete, of course, when they build bridges over rivers, it's designed to set underwater.
Oh, of course, yeah.
It's the same process, but they use water to activate the concrete.
I'll tell you what. Clever, isn't it?
I love science.
I like science.
Especially when it comes into craft, because then the two things that you go,
Science
ooh.
teacher didn't like me though, because I used to be a bit naughty in science. With
Oh, did you? Not Bunsen burners, Mel.
Stuff together that created smoke and.
Oh, great.
Well, I was always the naughty one. I mean, I don't know what I'm.
You're
nothing
not now,
like
you're so
that now,
well
am I? I'm
behaved.
so well behaved. I never get up to any mischief whatsoever.
Never any at all.
Never ever. Not
That's why she had to flee
opinionated.
Blackburn to Clay Cross.
Yeah, I'm only allowed back on a weekend.
Literally, if you're lucky.
Yeah, if I stay too late on a Monday, I'll tell you my tag goes off, that's it, I'm done.
Right, so... Oh God, that's it. Quickly get Mel home. So working around the inside edges, and of course you can go inside all of this with that excess that's left over. So I'm just using my fingers now to work inside the frame. We've still got loads of working time left now that we've applied it. So let's go in with our finger just to run through the edge. Now you could use a brush for this as well. It's entirely up to you, and as I mentioned earlier, you could paint the frame black first. I just prefer not to do so, and the reason why is that underneath each one of these tiles is the colour of the frame, which is a light wood, which makes the glass pop, it makes it brighter.
Absolutely.
So if you apply your tiles to a dark surface, that's only going to take on the undertone colour, a little bit like rice paper.
Angie McChesney is
And hi, Angie.
all about the science. Listen to this.
Okay.
Because water has a specific gravity of 0, other liquids are different. Wow.
Thank you, Angie.
Look at you.
I like that one.
I expected to turn up to Doncaster in a white
I know,
scientist
yeah.
coat
I was
with
going to
the
say,
test tubes going
I'm
on.
going to have all
and
the questions for you, Angie.
all of that. That's fabulous.
Nice one, thank you for sharing.
Put finger wax on the chips, David. Not the ones you eat, the chips, these chips. Can I just verbalise that?
They're going to
Along
say,
with that, I've been watching the comments come through. There's been a lot of responses saying, actually, I put ketchup on mine.
Ah.
Chips.
Yes.
Right, okay. Oh, you're making me
yes.
hungry now.
Amazing.
Making me want me dinner. Oh, I'm having my dinner after this.
Giggle when I saw the responses.
That's funny, isn't it? I love that.
Right, okay, now we're at this stage. This is where we can take a little bit of Cadence Cut and Use sponge, okay? And what you want to do is I've put it in some water, and I've just taken...
That product,
I know,
right?
it comes into
Just
everything,
keeps
Mel.
giving.
And then take it into the water and start to wipe the tops of your tiles, okay? So you're adding moisture there, so you can start to now see the true outline. Now, it looks lovely like this. It's like crocodile, isn't it? Looks wonderful. Then we're going with a little bit of blue roll to take that moisture off, and look how the colour is now starting to come back, okay? So this is a process in which you, of course, just follow each one independently. So in with a little bit of your Cadence Cut and Use, which wipes off the excess but adds moisture, and then in with the dry tissue, and it starts to bring the colour back.
Oh, that's very satisfying.
It's honestly wonderful. Now what's happening is, of course, all of the actual mosaic tiles are staying away. They're raised from the surface, so the grout is remained inside. Now what will happen at this point is we've got the thick off, okay? So we've got most of the thickness off here. So it's made all of the tiles ever so slightly dull, but there's a very thin film on here. So when this is then dry, we can go in with further cleaning. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these because these are amazing.
They are amazing. And tonight it's our lovely Carly and myself. We've got a show with fabulous deals on, and we've got these on the show. So make sure that you tune in at 6 o'clock for myself and Carly. I'm sure we'll have a proper giggle, and we've got amazing products on that show at really, really good prices.
This stuff is fabulous. What it does is it's taking out, I'm holding it over each corner I get to, and I'm revealing underneath there. So I took a little bit of the moisture off on here because, of course, they're fabulously juicy, which is what you want for many other reasons. But for this one, I just took a little bit of the moisture out because you don't want it to flood to the grouted areas, but you want it to touch the surface. Then get that napkin there, which took on a little bit of that cleaning product within the wipes, and just buff it, okay? Work in and start to buff, just like this. Okay, so we're working into it, and this is a process of which you may find a way that works better for you. I found this one works perfectly. Now that this is like that, we leave it to dry, okay, which will end you with something like that. And this one is now dry, which means we don't have to be super fine and detailed. We can go in.
Go in and go at it.
Absolutely. So what we can do is go in with our sanding block, which is nice and soft, or we can go straight in, of course, now with one of these, which is going to be much softer for us. There we go. And you bring this straight in, and look how the colour is coming all to the surface. It's not fetching all the grout out. It really is gleaming with colour.
Oh, that's fabulous, David.
Honestly, this is the bit where you just go,
wow.
I need to make one now.
Absolutely. That's exactly what I need to do.
So we're going to have it like this.
Oh,
we've polished it up. The colour of the tiles is sprung back to the surface. And look at that. So now we get to gloss.
Oh,
I know, right? So your Aquastone varnish, of course, you've got your matte. I'm just going to clear the decks a little bit here. Let's just take some of that away. There we go. So that's gone out the way. This Aquastone varnish is now going to be your best friend. You can use your matte if you want a matte finish, which is going to seal it all in, or you can use your gloss. It's entirely up to you.
And if you want this, it's shot varnish. You're getting the Aquastone varnish and then the matte varnish, both from Cadence, $14.99. You've got a $4.49 saving on these two.
Honestly,
I love that product.
It's fab. Now, the edges of this as well, before I go into any detail, with my varnish, the edges of your frame, just take your sanding blocks and smooth it down. It just smooths it perfectly before you add your varnish, because you don't want to sand it when you've got varnish on there. But just those edges of the frames makes them really nice and smooth with, of course, that grouting on there. Any edges you want to just neaten up, now's a good time to do it.
These are really good as well, dry. If you've cut a piece of card and it's feathered, rather than going in with a pair of scissors and risking cutting into the edge, use your sanding block.
Definitely, that's a great idea. So we're going to go in now with our Cadence Aquastone varnish. I'm going to put a little bit here just on my mat. Only a small amount is what you need. But what we're going to do is essentially rehydrate all of the surface with this. So watch what happens. Okay.
Oh,
look
wow.
at that. Look at the colours coming to life. It is glossing over all of it.
Stunning.
It makes the reds redder, the greens deeper. Look at this blue. As I go over this blue one there, watch. Look at that.
Wow.
It's honestly, I'm fixated. I'm fixated by the results of this product.
This is fabulous.
And we go smooth all over all of the edges. On the inside as well, you want to coat the whole thing. So we're essentially enameling it. Now what happens is, as your bristles lap over every single element of the mosaic, it creates a gather, almost like in a stencil. So all of these little grout lines almost act like a stencil, and they harbour the gloss. That's fine. It's going to add a real deep enamelled glaze.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it'll all dry completely transparent.
Oh, this is just stunning.
So the black around the edge. Let's go and gloss this. There we go. Look at that.
Wow.
It's addictive is actually probably the best word to use for this.
Yeah, I can imagine it will be. Because once you've done one, it's like an acrylic pot. Once you've done one, you want to keep going, don't you?
You have to. You just have to. So there we go.
And you only started working with this when?
Well, we managed to get it actually inside the warehouse about 8 days ago.
Right.
So I'm going to say I started with this last week.
Yeah.
And then this weekend was like my mosaic weekend.
Oh, I bet you had a lovely time.
It was brilliant, honestly. It was fun. And you know, this and only one other thing my partner, he's an illustrator, but he's not a crafter.
I was just about to say, what did Luke have to say?
He's not a crafter, but he does a bit of graphics work here and there. This and the candle making are the two things that have gone, I want to have a go. Can I try some? I'm like, hands off. No, there was enough to share. There was enough to share. But yeah, even people, of course, if you want to do an evening, everyone makes their own frame. Look at that.
That's great fun, isn't it?
It is. Honestly, I'm in love. I'm in love with this product.
I adore that. I think that's fabulous. Oh, that's another thing I need.
And it's so cost effective to do.
Yeah.
Imagine that with the light up lantern.
I think I need to just get my wages paid in gift vouchers for Highlight Crafts, because
I know,
I spend
right?
that much money. It's ridiculous. But that is stunning. And I think if you make and sell,
oh yeah,
you could sell that, what, $12.99?
Oh, and the rest. Think about how long it took. It did not take long. It took us probably in about 2.5 minutes to do this in, of course, our gluing. Okay, so really quick. It took us probably about 5 minutes in all to mix and then spread our Resincast. It's then taken us less than 2 minutes to gloss it. You can do this project in half an hour.
I love that.
That whole project in half an hour.
That's absolutely stunning. And that aquastone varnish just makes it pop.
It does. And look at that. All of the glass, all the colours then are really well appreciated in giving their true showcasing element. Think about now sprinkling maybe some glitter or mica powders into here. You go to town on it. In between all of the grouting elements, you could go in with a gold pen and create your Japanese plate fix. Oh, it would, honestly. It doesn't end, really. This is just the beginning.
That's mad, isn't it? I love it. Right, David, I'm going to give you time to clean up.
Yeah.
Not that I'm saying that you're messy or anything.
No, I don't know. I think I've done all right. Maybe.
Right, come with me over here. So, if you want to do what David's just been doing, you need our brand new bundle. It is Shop Bundle. You're going to get 800 grams of your black Resincast. You've seen this for the first time. It's brand new today. Look how beautiful this is. I mean, this for me, I'm going to try and get something like this as a lamp base and then cover it with mosaics and have it as because that illuminated.
Tiffany lamps.
Absolutely.
You've made your own.
It's just beautiful, isn't it? So you're going to get your 800 grams of Resincast. You're also going to get 2 kilograms. That's like holding 2 bags of sugar. 2 kilograms of mosaic glass tiles, which is just phenomenal value for money. And your 4 sanding blocks, which you've seen. Now, these are wet and dry sanding blocks, which is why they have the ends open so the water can go inside and it makes them more flexible for you to be able to then sand back if you're doing, what did you call that?
Terrazzo.
Terrazzo effect. It's got all the words. I'm just like, that effect over there. My brain doesn't hold that much information anymore. Shop bundle, it's $44.99 and your saving is £12.98. So you've got a great saving on that. Right, come back over here with me, Sophie, please, because we want to do this. Right tool for the right job. Okay, if you want to get a professional finish, make it easy to cut down those mosaic glass tiles. It's Shop Glass. This is your mosaic glass cutter. And I love this. $39.99 gets you the right tool. This will be a one-off purchase. So look after it, keep it safe, unless you lose it. Don't need to sharpen it.
Nope.
It's a one-off. Once you've got it, you've got it. You don't need to then rebuy it. So Shop Glass, $39.99. Right. If you want another bag of the Resincast, and this is where you'll see the value of the main bundle that we've got. 800 grams. It's weighty, let me tell you that. It's black, so the new one that we've got today, $29.99. Now, depending on, if you're buying one of those for something completely different, absolutely, get it by itself. If you're buying it to do mosaics and you think I'm going to want to do a lot of this, it might be worth you getting the bundle twice, just because you'll get your mosaics twice and your sanding blocks. So, but if you want it by itself, it's Shop Black, it's $29.99. So for a $14.99 saving, that's another option for you. If you want your mosaics by themselves in assorted colours, again, 2 kilograms, Shop Mosaic or Mosaics, it doesn't matter if you put an S on it or not, and it's $19.99 for a 2 kilogram box. That's real. I thought they would be much, much more expensive.
I mean, do you know what?
they're
I
not.
thought when we first got them, and I thought they're going to be around about £50.
I did too.
I genuinely thought that's where we're going to be at with it. And
Absolutely.
I was so glad that it was a craft that we introduced as a brand new strand here that's affordable for everyone.
Absolutely. Now, if you want the white resin cast, so the original one that David bought you, again, 800 grams, it's shop resin, and it's $29.99. This is a water-based resin, no chemicals involved whatsoever.
Yeah.
Which is fabulous. I mean, I'd never even thought about anything like this until this came in from Creative. And I was like, that's great.
That's the thing, and do you know what? When we say resin, automatically, I can be a bit put off because I instantly think, I've got all of these like 1 part, 2 part, I've got to have equal quantities. If I don't, it doesn't set right, it stays tacky. I've been there, done that, I've used it, and I've wasted a lot of money and a lot of product. And having something that's water-based that will still, no matter what you do, it will still set and still give you the result that you want. It kind of changed everything. Yeah, it was brilliant.
Absolutely, which is great. Right, if you want 4 bottles, maybe you're going to mosaic these. These would be lovely, wouldn't they?
Could you imagine these around the garden, even with a taper candle in each one?
Yeah, absolutely. Or we sell the bottle lights.
Oh, the little bottle lights, yeah.
That'd be lovely. So 4 of them for $12.99. That's shop bottle. If you want the little jars, so whether you're either going to use these to store all your little mosaic tiles in, because our advice would be to separate the colours out so that it's faster when you start to use, or whether you're going to use these to decorate, which you absolutely could. They'd look fabulous. You're getting 4 of those for $8.99. Shop canvas is going to get you the 2 spatulas that David's been using and 2 black canvases, 8-inch by 10-inch. They're stretched, so they're on a frame. All of that together is costing you $17.99, and that's shop canvas. If you want the frames that David's just been using, that shop frame, you get 4 square and 4 rectangular frames, plus your Decton. Is that right, Decton?
Yeah,
Decton.
Decton.
Thought it was spelt wrong. Decton plastic spreaders, set of 3, $19.99 goes with your frames. If you want your marble spray, you've got shop gold for your gold one, $25.99. You've got shop marble for your black. Half of the gold is in people's baskets. Well done. If you want the black, shop marble, $23.99. If you want the silver, well, it's on a silly price. Shop silver, $15.99 for that one. If you want 2 glass dishes, because you fancy making those, they would be lovely. They'd be nice if you could. Would you do the back or the front?
Do you know what? I'd do the top.
It'd be nice with candles, outdoor candles, wouldn't they?
I would do the top of the glass.
Okay.
Because of course, when you adhere your chippings, your mosaics underneath, you'll see any adhesive maybe that you've used.
Yes, you will.
So of course, if you do it over the top, traditionally with glassware plates, it'll always be on the surface.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Right. So 2 of them for $9.99. That's a great price for those. If you want your varnish, so you've just seen David use your Aquastone varnish. This is the matte version, so your matte acrylic varnish. That's $14.99. You've got a £4.49 saving on that as well, which is great. If you want 2 packs of stencil brushes, so 6 brushes in total, it's $9.99. And if you want the glue gun, so the cordless glue gun that literally plugs into a USB plug, charges up, so it's cordless, does not drip, it's brilliant, absolutely, just gets to the right temperature, and also 50 glue sticks to go with it. It's shop glue, and it's $29.99. And if you want the moulds, so the 4 moulds that David's been using for the coasters, so you've got the hexagon, you also get the circle, the square, and the oval, all 4 of them, $14.99. Right, just before we go back to David, and I know we've got a question on the tablet as well. I'm just going to finish off the quiz, and then we don't forget, because I'm like that.
I always forget.
Honestly, I went upstairs 3 times yesterday at Stephanie's to get something, and every time I went up, I was like,
I think then for a quiz, then I was like,
and then I came back downstairs. I thought, right, I'll retrace my steps. That'll remind me. Then I got back, remembered it. Went upstairs again. I went, blinking heck.
Honestly,
Bessie and Darcy are like that. What do you want to
both talking about is she got mad or is it just
jocks, honestly. Rubbish. Question number 1. What name is given to the spine injection during childbirth to stop pain? Question number 2. What is the opposite of the Orient? It's accident, but without an A and an O instead.
What is an
I
orient?
don't know, love. I don't know.
Okay.
Who recorded the 1990s album Jagged Little Pill? I know this one. Blank Morissette, like Atlantis but with no T's.
Yes.
That's how you spell it. Now then, I don't even know how to pronounce this, so give me a minute. Mesopotamia was the former name of which country? Right?
Quizmasters that don't know the questions.
Mesopotamia was the former...
Mesopotamia?
Oh, is it Mesopotamia?
That sounds right, so.
Oh, right. Mesopotamia, even. Told you didn't know how to pronounce it.
Onomatopoeia.
It was the former name of which country?
There you go. I bet Google's going to be getting an influx right now.
Right. And question number 5, you'll know this one. Which actor played the young Indiana Jones in the film Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade? Blank Phoenix.
I know that one. Mm-hmm.
Blank Phoenix. Right, that's your quiz questions. Right, Jane, we have a question from, is it Jane? Yeah, starred from Jane. Right, I've got to find this star now. See the old, right, there's another one down here, first of all.
Let us know.
So, Lynn Mack, are the wipes biodegradable?
I don't think they are actually, no. Let's have a little look. These ones, no, they're an antibacterial one, so I think they're actually more of like a polymer wipe inside there, so just dispose of them in your general waste.
And Jane Townley says, off-topic question for David, please. With marbling, how much gum to water do you use, please?
Oh, right, okie dokie. So 3 litres of water, and you're going to want to use 3 tablespoons in there as well, okay? So your gum tragacanth powder, make sure you put that.
Right.
There is also a little heads up for you. If you go straight to the Highlight Crafts YouTube channel, there is a video on there now. It's a class, but it's free to watch, and I'll take you through all of the instructions of how much to add and how to use it and when to use it and also what it does. So check that video out because it's quite informative.
Brilliant, and that's for your Cadence marbling powders.
Yeah.
Right, my lovely, what we're doing next?
Okay, so I thought just quickly before we go into making another project, show you some of that marble spray on the actual jet black resin cast. It is wonderful. So of course you can see at the moment.
I'm going to put that there because
You can
that'll
put
be the
that
one bit, won't it? It'll
That'll
be the one bit that we don't cover.
I hope the one bit's not Sophie.
I'll stand back out the way.
So of course, as this your Cadence marble spray, we've got a few varieties of colour on the show. This one here I've gone for is our gold. Okay, we still have this, don't we? Do we still have some left? Oh, fabulous. Okay, so you can see it. If you hold it really close, of course, you're going to get literally a fine spray. Give it a good shake first. And when you spray, you want to do an even distribution. So don't worry, Sophie, we're going to be fine. So we're going to go straight over like this. Okay, so it creates the webbing.
Shop Gold if you want this one.
I'm just going to put a little bit of cloth just here, tissue just there, so it doesn't pick up anything I've just sprayed onto the front of my project. So I'll show you what it looks like on the back so you can see it, because I'm going to go over those glass chip-ins. There we go. So you have got the gold. Notice how it bubbles ever so slightly as it sets. Okay, it just bubbled there just a little bit. Yeah. It takes a minute to dry, but we can make that like 10 seconds.
So I would do all my coasters, lay them out, one just go over, then you're not wasting.
Oh yeah, do them all together. Yeah, because there could be one there, there could have been one there, and they would have caught all those bits,
absolutely.
100%. So you can see there how beautiful the marble spray is, but we could do it over the top of the glass and then gloss it. How cool would that look?
Yes, please.
So we're going to go in again with our marble spray. I'm using the gold. Or we could use our silver. Do you want to use silver instead? Should we try silver?
Because silver's on a great deal.
Let me have a look. Where have I put my silver?
Shop Silver is $15.99.
I don't know what I've done with my silver. I have. Oh, it's there. There we go.
There you are.
Got a couple of trolleys here.
Just a little bit going on.
Oh,
gold's gone.
Oh,
Perfect.
right.
So that was the right decision.
Right. Okay. So. Going to go in with the silver, always give it a good shake. Now, I would suggest using this outside, of course, if it's not raining. If you're using it inside, all doors and windows open. It's a compressed, of course, can. So we're going to go and sweep over the top. Always 30 to 40 centimetre distance. You can go a bit closer if you want it finer, and you want to sweep over. Now, what I do before going onto your project, which we do here in our academy classes, is get some cardstock or an inside of a box that's going in the recycling and practice. Get used to the pressure applied to the nozzle and the motion used in. So there we go. Just like that, you can see you've got your webbing. But you can use colours together. So this then could go with that one as well. the pair of them. So let's just put a little bit of heat onto this, because look how striking that silver is.
That's lovely.
Over the top of there. And then we could go with just a little bit of our Aquastone varnish. And I'm just going to varnish the inside recess of here.
Nice.
So we're going to put it straight inside. There we go. It's gorgeous. And then I'm just going to spread this evenly over the top. Okay. Look at that, how it's bringing those greens out.
It's amazing how it doesn't move either, does it, the marble spray?
It's literally already dried and gripped.
Yeah, that's incredible product.
In fact, actually, I'm going to do the edges because I think they look really
I
nice.
remember first trying this when we went over to Cadence before lockdown, and all the girls on the course went, "Oh, I wish we'd taken a video of your face," because you just went, "What?"
I know. It is one of those where the first time I saw it, I was the same. I was like,
It's
"No, you're
incredible,
lying,
isn't
you're
it?
lying. You're not, but you can't. That's not a thing. That doesn't exist," and it did.
I love that. I think it's amazing.
I think the first thing for me is when I was very first introduced to it, and it was actually in my job interview. Stephanie said to me, she went, "There's a company called Cadence," and she went, "They have a spray that turns glass into mirror." And I went, "No, they don't." So she got me the book and showed me. Instantly, I was like, "Where is it? I need to have a go." It was like, I've never seen it before.
I remember that day. I remember the day you came in.
I know, I remember it very well. But look at that. You've got your marbling. Now you could do any effect. You could mask it off in strips, your marblings in layers. We're going to set this one as well to dry. But the one that we did earlier, the one that we poured this morning, is already set for us.
I love that, because you're not waiting all day.
So we
to
literally...
use the mould again, are you?
No, you're not. We poured it about just under an hour ago. So let's have a look, shall we? So you can leave it a bit longer if you wanted to. Again, ease it away from the edges. Just taking away those sections. Okay, and then start to prise it out. And you can see there, it'll just come away really, really easily. There we go.
I do love silicone moulds.
Oh, that's such easy release.
Yeah.
There we go. It is fabulous. So we go into our water.
Yep.
Let's get our water bath. Just going to pick that up from here. There we are. And let's grab our sanding block. I've got one just there. Dip your sanding block in your water, bit of water on your resin coaster, and then start to sand away to reveal those colours. Again, this was poured no longer than an hour ago, which is just crazy. Absolutely crazy. Let's reveal some more of this one there. Here we go. Let's sand that back. Look at that. So that colour now is really starting to shine through. And you could spend as much as you want to. I probably would spend around 3 to 5 minutes sanding it. Really sand it back to reveal as much as you can to get the results. Keep flushing it through with the water. So of course you just keep taking that surface off. And then start to sand it into this again. But again, it's up to you which way you want to work with it. Are you going to set them in? Are you going to bring them out? It's entirely up to you which result you want to go for. Every look and feel, everyone has their own taste as well, which I think is nice. So let's
it puts you back
circulate
in
that.
charge, doesn't it, of the product?
Oh yeah,
That's
definitely.
A great thing.
Let's use. Oh, sorry, Sophie. Sophie just got a little spritzer there. You're in the splash zone.
You get a free shower with every show.
There we go. Let's go in with our sponge and just bring that opal glass there. Bring that through. Give it a final dunk. Look at that. We're dipping it in water. It was poured an hour ago. Look at that. Absolutely glorious. It is honestly wonderful. So I'm going to leave this now to dry. Put that one there. So we've already made our 3 projects. Of course, we're going to be giving some of these away as well, so make sure to get those quiz questions in.
Is that what we're going to do?
I think so.
Ooh,
Why
I like
not?
that idea.
Absolutely. So this frame here that we had a look at,
Yep.
we literally set this one just before you went back and shared everyone, of course, all of the details of the bits and bobs.
Yeah.
So now what I'm going to do is go back in with the wipe.
Literally the one that you've just done.
Yeah, that was the green one that we just did. So now we're going to go in with our cloth and buff this one up. Again, rotating your tissue around every time. Fetching off any, look at that, look at the colours coming through. And because we left it, of course, this colour of the pine, it's bringing, of course, the colour through the tiles.
Yeah, it is.
So
if you painted it white first.
Oh, yeah. Paint
like
white.
you do with your rice papers,
Yeah.
you know when you want your rice paper to pop?
Yeah,
or painted
definitely.
it gold first.
Ooh,
yeah.
That would be nice. Have a play. Do it multicoloured and see what comes through.
Do you know what? I've got an extra day off this week.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, because I'm going home Thursday lunchtime instead of Friday lunchtime. And then I've got a
you're gonna
hospital
have to have a
appointment
go.
on Monday. So all morning I could play.
Oh, Mel, you need to do it.
And
You
then
really
Mick will
need
say,
to.
I thought you weren't working at home. I'm like, I'm not. I'm in my craft room
You're
playing.
playing.
I get to craft for me.
Exactly. When do you do
Ooh,
that?
That's exciting.
Okay, so this one here. And then what I'm going to do is round this one off perfectly then with our Aquastone. Let's have a look. Here we are. So let's grab some varnish. And where have I put that? It's right here. So let's put some varnish just on our frame. There we go. Wonderful.
Right, I'm being asked to repeat the quiz questions.
Okay, that's fine.
So you tell us what you're doing and then I'll start.
Yeah, I'm just going to varnish this.
All right,
yeah.
perfect. Question number 1. What name is given to the spine injection during childbirth to stop pain? Question number 2. What is the opposite of the Orient? It's accident, but without the A and an O instead. Who recorded the 1990s album Jagged Little Pill? Blank Morissette. That's Atlantis with no T's.
Oh
I know,
gosh.
it's getting really hard. Tell me how to pronounce it again, Sophie.
I think it's Mesopotamia.
Mesopotamia was the former name of which country? And the actor which actor played the young Indiana Jones in the film Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade? Blank Phoenix. It's the name of a body of water, and it's not a stream, and it's not an ocean, and it's not a sea, and it begins with R and ends with R.
Ooh, there's one
I
that
can't
flows
give you
through
many
London. It's
more.
the something Thames.
Yes, absolutely. And there's nothing else really I can give you as far as just madness, those questions. But funny.
There we go.
I can't even pronounce
it
them.
now.
Like, no, the answers.
There we go. There we
That's
have
lovely.
our second frame. So we're able to... Do you know what? We've not even been here for 2 hours yet. We've made 2 frames, 3 coasters.
Right.
There is so much you can do. And of course, we're going a little bit slower because we're going methodical and sharing with you all of the details on how to do it. It's so quick and easy. It's so fun and therapeutic that anybody can do it. And that's what I love about this, is that everyone has the opportunity to try something new today. Shall we have a look at our glass cutters as well?
Yes, please.
Show how key and important these are.
Yeah, because they are. You know, my granddad always taught me, if you buy cheap, you buy twice, and buy the correct tools for the job.
Oh, absolutely.
Because then, I mean, the number of times I have taught classes and everyone's like, oh, I'm rubbish, me, I can't even cut a straight line. Well,
Yeah.
actually, you know what? It's because you're not using a decent trimmer. That's why.
This is the
Okay,
difference.
it's not you, it is your tool. And I know they say a bad workman blames his tools. In craft,
Sometimes
you're
that
usually
is right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So if you want the Mosaic glass cutter, it's $39.99. It's absolutely worth every penny because you'll never buy it again. It's a one-off purchase. The little spring just fits into these little, I don't know, notches, I guess, here. And then it's a one-off purchase. You don't need to sharpen it. Just keep it nice and safe. Job done. I love it when you get a one-off purchase. You don't need to keep replacing
Well, yeah, it's like your
tools.
Pro Cut. You can get more plates for it with your glass cutter. You buy more glass.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't need to replace the cutter at all, which is
Absolutely.
great.
Now look how these moulds, when you've demolded,
Oh,
we
yeah,
talked
that's
about
so
cleaning,
clean.
that looks brand new again. So when you've demolded, just go in with, of course, a wipe or anything at all, a bit of warm soapy water, and just bring them back to life. Now, if you do have any black staining inside your mould, when you do your second pour, it will not affect it anyway. So
Wow.
between projects, I've not been cleaning them. It's only if you want to then change to your white resin cast, or of course you want to do something different. I never have actually bothered to clean them.
Right.
And that's me being completely transparent. But what I am going to say to you is, if you want the best longevity out of your moulds, just keep on top of a bit of housekeeping once a week.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, if it does build up, take it off. But again, this one here, a little bit on there started to build up. So you could just then, eventually, if you saw it was building up a lot, yes, definitely clean it, because then your tile's not going to sit flush. But that there is all that it needs. Really quick and easy.
Super easy, right?
Let's have a look at this glass cutter, shall we?
Yes, please.
Okay, so I've got my square mould here. We can use any shape, of course. But you go in and then you could make flower designs. You could make a window like an Art Deco style, like the sunbeams, anything at all. So if you wanted to turn one, let's have a look. Say if you wanted to make this into a petal, I can already see I've got a rounded edge that's formed here. So we might want to then round this around the entire way.
Okay.
So you don't have to cut them in half. You can just cut away little elements. Okay, so I'm putting it into the glass cutter there, and then put it in and just chip away ever so slightly at little elements, just like this. Okay, I'm cutting into it, rounding it just like that, and you can see there how I've now rounded the edge of that glass. It's now got a perfect round.
Could you sand it back with your sanding block?
Yes, so our sanding block's in here. You can then just rotate it round
Yeah, that's a good shout.
onto here. What it will do, it won't smooth it down, so of course it's like sea glass, but it will take away any sharpness,
Yes.
which is what you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
So then of course you could imagine them doing loads of these into little flowers.
That'd be lovely.
They'd be so cute.
It'd also be really nice, your little pieces in like a jewellery bezel
Oh, yeah.
with the aqua stone over
Yeah.
the top. That would be lovely.
As well, just want to mention, we are now at an hour and 40 minutes in, and my hot glue gun is still on. Okay, I've not turned it off. It's still on. It's still usable. That's just showing how long these do last. They are so worth it.
Absolutely lovely. Annette says, hello, Mel and David. Can you change the colour of the chips with Cadence paint?
So the chips of your glass mosaics, yeah, of course you can. There's nothing to stop you.
I don't know if it means these or the chips. Like
The ones that we took out, all the
chips.
little flakes?
Yeah.
Yes, you can do. Now, if you wanted to make your very own chippings colours, we have covered that in the Resincast education on the Highlight Crafts YouTube channel. You'd want to use your white, mix any Cadence paint in with it, and it makes the ultra fine flakes. Completely different to glass, of course. But yes, what you want to do is when you do your formula, so of course you've got your powder on your weighing scale and you've weighed out your water, add your paint to your water first and mix it in your water, so you're essentially creating a coloured water and mix it in. That way you get an even distribution of paint throughout the entire of the actual
Top tip.
mixture you've made.
Love that. Thanks for your
Okay.
question. Thank you to all of you for joining us, because it's just been a lovely 2 hours.
Oh,
We've still got a
it's,
few minutes left.
Yeah. My
Coming
gosh.
up tonight, 1 o'clock, our Carly's back with John Next Door. Now, he's got a different lineup for this next hour, which is cool. We had a fabulous show with him this morning with new glitter pens, which I need. I know I've
Why
got
have
a
I missed
list.
that?
Every time he comes in, my shopping list gets bigger and bigger. And
I
some
didn't
beautiful
miss
stamps.
this. That's amazing.
But he's also going back to embossing folders and the diffuser plates in the next hour. And then tonight at 6 o'clock, it's a repeat of this morning show with Carly and myself. But we've got other products on there as well, which is super cool. So make sure that you join us right throughout the day. We love it here at Live Shopping. Live shopping and social shopping is the next big thing. And to join us at the beginning of the journey and be some of the first to be shopping the way that we're shopping now is super, super exciting. And we love it, don't we?
Oh, it's a bit.
It's changed our jobs completely, hasn't it, really?
Our lives
But
and our
honestly,
jobs for the
just-
better.
Yeah, just fabulous. Love
That's
it.
the thing, and changes, sometimes we don't like change. Change can be an interesting thing, but this is a really good change.
And when you look back, you'll always go, do you know what? That's why that happened.
Oh, 100%.
Right?
There's always a reason. I found that very, not recently in life, but I found it to be more prominent in today that, of course, everything does happen for a
Absolutely.
reason.
Yeah, it does.
And you know what? It's honestly, it's meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
It really is meant to be. Now, what I'm doing here is, you can see my strings, don't worry, we get rid of those as we spoke about earlier, is I made a Resincast coaster just from the resin. I didn't use any actual chippings in it this time.
Nice.
And I'm hot gluing them in because I want to show you that you can glue them in after and then grout.
Yes.
So it gives you a completely different look. If you look up after the show Terrazzo and look at Mosaic, you'll see the complete differences between the
Yeah,
two.
I love it.
You've got your finer flakes with a glimpse of the colour. Your Mosaic is the prominent feature of the product. So you've got many different ways in which you can work with this. Just bear that in mind, okay? Look at that one.
I would happily spend a whole afternoon just sitting there sorting those out into colours.
Oh, me too.
I'd love it.
Honestly, well, Lou did, didn't she?
Yes, she did,
She
bless her.
thoroughly loved that.
She thoroughly enjoyed herself, didn't
And then
she?
I went and used them all.
She went and sat in academy, and then David went through them in a matter of minutes,
I
didn't
made
you,
a
really?
lantern before we couldn't
You
blink.
did, absolutely.
So what I'm doing is I'm picking the ones again, and then any that I want to angle, I'll cut a few of them, and we've been sort of sorting those out to where I want. This one here is a bit long, so I'm looking at this one. I'm going to just take that down a little bit.
Nice.
And then angle, there we go. Just take that little bit in there, just around the edge. You could make petals in different colours.
If you're worried about any of the chips flying, just get yourself a pair of plastic goggles.
Oh yeah,
Right.
definitely. Easiest way. So let's then chip this one here down. Just
There you
like
go.
that.
Yeah, that's better, isn't it? If you put the tool in the tiles, like
Definitely.
right in the tiles, bury it almost.
100%. Then
That's
let's just
fabulous.
take that little bit there off.
Love it.
And then we could make our very own flower.
David,
How cool is
wait.
them? Honestly, so
Do
I'm
you
going
know
for each
what?
one of these.
Talent never waves, does it? Hey? Never waves. What this man can't do isn't worth doing.
Hey, I've got a Lemon Lane show on Tuesday.
Oh,
I
have
might,
you?
even might make a blind.
Really?
You might make a blind,
Look
yeah.
at you making blinds.
I
Tell
know.
you.
I used to make blinds when I worked at Laura Ashley.
Yeah, you see.
I used to love doing those. I've not done one in ages.
Well, there you are then.
Bit out of
shaking
practice,
for
to
that
be
too as
honest.
well.
There we go.
We've got some cracking deals, and I am going to give that shameless plug again.
Oh,
if
do
you've
it.
been saving up for a scan and cut SDX 1200 that comes with the pens and the fabric blade, then tomorrow morning we are bringing you the best price that we've ever done.
Oh, look at that.
And it's ridiculous. Okay.
It is. I've heard about it already.
So it should be $5.99. Wait till you see the price tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock and 12 o'clock. Tomorrow it's me and you in the morning, isn't it?
Oh, do I get to? Oh, of course.
Yeah, you're
I'm
presenting.
so excited.
Honestly, and it was funny because Becky, who's just been on cameras, who's one of our graphic designers, when we told her, she went flipping heck, I want at that price. Because it's a deal, a proper deal.
That's
we
the
might not be able to
thing.
repeat this deal for a long time. So if you want it tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock, brilliant.
While Stephanie's
Absolutely
off.
brilliant. Well, no, Stephanie said it, and I
Oh,
was
does
like,
Cole know?
yeah, Cole agreed.
Oh, look at that.
I
Family
know,
decision. T1.
Well, because we bring you so many SVG files,
Yeah.
we've got a lot of people now who want to get a scan and cut and get involved because they're resizable and you can do all sorts of different things with them. So yeah, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, do not miss out. If you know somebody that's been saving up,
Yeah.
they might have saved up enough for the price that we've got tomorrow.
There we go.
That's lovely, David.
So I was thinking of doing like sunbeams in the corner and then your circular one
Look at that.
could sit inside there.
Oh,
It's,
you'd lose
honestly,
hours.
Imagine
Hours of
doing
fun.
that in each corner. How cute is that? I'm just going to get rid of those hot glue stems.
Get good now, wants to go and do that, don't you?
Literally, want to just sit there and
Look
do
at
them all. Then just grab them away like this, and then again,
Melts it away.
it all
Never
just
knew they were there,
disappears.
right? Love it.
Gone.
Super easy.
I'm obsessed with that.
Oh, yeah,
that
I
little
love
corner
that.
there. I love that. I'm going to glue that down. So I did actually plan that bit out.
Did you? Good.
See, because no, I mean, like you know, when you asked me earlier, and you said, "Oh, do you ever just go for it?"
Yeah,
And I went, "Yeah,"
yeah.
but then I just thought, "Let's just go that."
Let's
but
just do it.
even just planning out that little section
Love
just
that.
helped me guide where I was going to go. And I went with all of the ones that were almost in like an icicle shape, and then
Yep.
just rounded the tops off with the glass cutter.
Yeah.
That is how useful that glass cutter is.
Yeah, that glass cutter's a must-have, really, isn't it? If you're going to
Oh,
do this.
definitely. And again, I'm not using gloves for this process. I'm just using my hot glue at the moment, going in with all of this detail.
Lovely.
It's so fun. And remember, none of this glue is visible at the end of the project. If we don't get this one finished, because we probably won't, but we can, of course, continue with it.
Yeah,
And I can
absolutely.
show you the results. But look at that. I'm dead happy with
Look
that.
at you.
It's
Little
really
face
fun.
lights up.
It's
I love
so
it when David
fun.
gets happy.
Do you know what? It's nice to just have something brand new.
It
And
is
do you know when
nice, yeah.
Of course, we share with you new quite often here, whether it's a new stamp or a new die. But having a new craft really is something to get involved in.
And not a lot of money to get started either. So
No.
in your bundle, so your shop bundle, which is $49.99, you're going to get, well, $44.99, sorry. You're going to get your 800 grams of black Resincast, brand new today. You're also going to get your 2 kilograms, that's 4.4 pounds
Wow.
of Mosaic tiles, and your 4 sanding blocks. It's shop bundle and it's $44.99. You've got £12.98 saving,
It's amazing.
which is fabulous, isn't it?
It really, really is. Again, I'm working into those straight edges. And this is something as well that you can have all your elements cut or laid out and the kids can get involved. They're going to absolutely love it. Think about doing a number for your house. That's what I want to do next. I want to do a door plaque.
Oh, lovely,
Yeah,
yes.
door plaques that gives the number of your house. I saw some actually when I was on holiday a few years ago, and the type of Spanish pottery, a lot of mosaics, that sort of thing, and you could get them, and they were quite expensive. And I also, my second thought was, I don't know if it'd survive through the airplane transport, it might break. So we got plastic coasters, which was an imitation thing, but this is taking me back to that. And again, you can create them. Imagine these in your garden. Imagine if you did actual slabs,
Yes.
patio slabs, or even just to pick a couple of tiles in your shower or your bathroom.
Absolutely.
Use those, aquastone them.
Can
They
you
would look
imagine making
amazing.
numbers for your neighbours or your friends and, you know, giving them as gifts? It's something different. So you get the pleasure of making it, they get the pleasure of receiving it, and every time they look at you, they'll look at it, they'll think of you.
I hope that's a good thing.
Well, so do I, yeah. Absolutely.
I think our neighbours, I mean, we get along really well with our neighbours. We have a really good relationship with them, but they all go through it when it's Christmas.
Yeah, I bet they do. I bet they're like always off again with his thinking Christmas
Oh, honestly,
decorations.
I'm there on the ladder and he's like, "You're mad, you are." And I'm like,
know,
"Yeah,
right?
no."
I know.
That doesn't take much.
No. Honestly.
But this
And you'd
here,
expect it to be very glamorous, wouldn't you? And all very sleek and sophisticated being David. Yeah, it's not.
no, I think Christmas, go all out. It's about having fun. I'm going to try that this year. I'm going to try something different.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to go a little bit nice, I think. Thinking about Christmas already. I mean, come on.
Come on,
I'm just not
David.
even,
No.
you know, what the?
No. Amanda will be sitting at home going, yes, David, yes, I've got you.
Like,
And
yeah.
I'm like, no,
She's
please
probably still
don't.
got a tree up.
She probably has then, Amanda. Do you know what? When we moved into the house that we're in now and I had all the lounge redecorated, because it was like, it was the house that I grew up in. So when my mum and dad passed away, we decided to move in. It was like every time I went, it was like we were visiting them, but they weren't there. So I redecorated it all. And my Christmas tree was lovely, but I didn't want to take it down. Yes, we need to advise you that if you are using cutting the mosaic pieces, please use safety goggles, okay?
Yeah,
It's your choice, but we are advising that you
definitely.
do, okay? Because you don't want bits squimming off. I'm all right because I've got glasses on, but even so, you don't want them flying off.
No, it's a very important thing.
And you did a really good thing there because you almost buried that in there, didn't you?
Yeah.
But yes, please use safety goggles.
Definitely, really good point.
Anybody damaged? Thank you.
No, we don't. Oh my goodness, I can't believe we've only got 2 minutes
got 2 minutes left.
I'm just
Shall
going
I
to
draw
hot
the
glue
quiz
this.
while you carry on with that?
I'm going to finish just putting these last couple in, and then I'll grout this later in between shows, and I can pass this to you, Mel, if you want to show it on tonight's show.
So what name is given to the spine injection during childbirth to stop pain? Epidural. What is the opposite of the Orient? Occident. Who recorded the 1990s album Jagged Little Pill? Alanis Morissette. Tell me again, Katie. Katie. Who's Katie? Katie's not in today.
Katie's
Sophie.
not in.
Wow.
Mesopotamia.
Mesopotamia was the former name of which country? Iraq. And which actor played the young Indiana Jones in the film Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, River Phoenix? Fabulous. So the winner of our quiz is going to receive... Oh,
mosaic
look
frame.
at you. He's giving his frame. Do you know what they're all going to ask for? Picture of you behind it.
Don't know about that, but I love this, and I'd love someone else to have this in their home.
Absolutely lovely. Right, so will you do a little bit of mirror spray on the back of the glass and put it in?
Then. Yeah, we'll do.
Yeah, do that. Right, when it is?
It is Julie Warlow.
Julie Warlow. Well done, Julie. That'll be coming your way. It'll be nice with a little mirror, that, won't
It would be a little desk mirror. I won't want for your vanity bag.
Absolutely.
The gloss is already dry.
The gloss is already dry. How fabulous. David, massive thank you.
No, huge thank you.
Ever. That's been a fabulous show. Thank you very much to you guys, because without you, we won't be doing this. Absolutely. So we're very grateful for you joining us every day and keeping each other company. I love looking at all the messages because you're having a proper chat now and it's lovely. Please don't go anywhere because our Carly is up with John next door, back for his second show today. So if you missed the first one, I'm sure they'll do a little recap on that, but also embossing folders are back, which you don't want to miss, and the diffuser plates, which are just a genius idea. You're back tomorrow morning with me.
Back tomorrow at 8.
And I will see you tonight with Carly at 6. Have a lovely afternoon. Take care. Lots of love. Bye.